I'm ready. Damn. I hope I don't get copyrighted.
You rockin' with you? Last time they came my block, I was that time. Think he coming on my block like this shit sweet. I know about me, I been making my beat. In the middle of the screen, I was crushing that G. They fast as a bitch, should've stayed out bleed. Okay, still with this is a whole kind of sweet. I got sweet in my daughter, fuck up my knee. I'm getting too far, I fuck up the third. Better click on shit, you fuck up my beat. And it's just Saturday night, how you can see. They came on my block, I put shit on that beat. They came in out of D was making this lead. They ain't never on shit, what the fuck is 2-3? But they know what's up, we was running in the shit in the 2-dope truck. We best 6 months in the night, what the fuck? That's what's got the roll, they know what's up. They ain't here back then, saying the dust. And then I was behind, I was going to the truck. They shoot from afar, man, them niggas suck. I'm sweating that P.O. I want it up, yo. But fuck the and the niggas ain't know. I cover that block with 100. I guarantee these niggas that stop running. They keep capping their rocks on all that block. I'm swinging my dough, niggas back for cop. I'm swinging that P, they was pushing their block. I'm through with that shit, niggas. Come through with that shit, I'ma get them together. That trick out the roll, I was chasing the white. These niggas be bitch that soft as fat. I be chasing no bitch, I be chasing that charger. Bitch with a baby, keep trying to. They keep coming on my block like this shit sweet. I know about me, I be making my beat. In the middle of the square, I was crushing that G. They fast as a bitch, and stay out fleet. Go kick shit with this, is a 4-pass sweet. I got swing in my door, I had to fuck on my knee. I was getting too far, I fuck up the third. Baby, click on shit, you fuck the YP. Man, fuck the YP, man. My big YP, man, I don't fuck on them. And every time they came to my block, I was crushing them beats. No bush. Boom, 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 boom. I know not to touch this shit.
They keep money on this bitch, so you know I'm finna rock out.
I catch my bacon, it's that dead head. I'ma do it that better, I'ma put them in the ditch. These niggas be faking it, never on set. We moved to they block, they was like shit. You got what I want and I'm taking that shit. I get in that ride, I'ma take that risk. I'm up in that Glock and I bet I'm on mid. They never on set, they keep trying this. Niggas be broke, they ain't getting no money. Outside play, but they probably be hurting. Go through, whoop me, the head of the church. Slide with the third and I'm feeling like cars. When we go through that, niggas get scared. I'm fucking with Slicey, he pushes the bed. He running your look, I'ma get on your way. I heard about the house with the dog in their ass. It was a blood man morning, you want that to pee. I'm fucking with RJ, I'm fucking with you. Y'all come to my block and I'm crushing that beat. They came out the store, banging that beat. Sound shit, keep itching the squeeze. I tell you away trying to get some for free. Swinging the light, was bumping that glee. Niggas be count, come bump over me. I catch my bacon, his ass get hit. I'ma do his ass better, I'ma put him in the ditch. These niggas be faking it, never on set. We moved to they block, they was like shit. You got what I want and I'm taking that shit. I get in that ride, I'ma take that risk. I'm up in that Glock and I bet I'm on mid. They never on set, they keep trying this. Niggas be broke, they ain't getting no money. Outside play, but they probably be hurting. Go to whoop me, the head of the church. When we go through that, niggas get scared. I'm fucking with Slicey, he pushes the bed. He running your look, I'ma get on your way. I heard about the house with the dog in their ass.
Man, free my nigga Fat Drizzy, man. Oh my mama. Free my nigga Fat Drizzy.
Kato, this crazy. A nigga get his ass hit with a bill. I know a nigga who died in the lift. I get high by the fuck when I trip. Keep making them songs on the side of his grip. Oh, bro, nigga, I ain't back, he's on the tip. He keep running his mouth, he silence his lip. Ain't no walking with nothing, he got eye in his dip. His spinning that rock, trying to take us a trip. My bitch, I'm fight. I keep a 9 in my dip, why the fuck would I fight? Put this bitch up, the night, he saying the light. And all like sliding with wife, cause wife like doing shit right. They want trying to hop on that car, trying to make something. Let's go. And why trying to hop on that car, trying to do shit right? Keep on taking this, keep on snapping, and came my block, you ask what happened, I keep telling her. That people they want to on top, I'm running and switch, I really get out. Them niggas keep bluffing, them niggas not foul. Bitch, on my dick, cause I really be trapping. Them niggas broke, they ain't getting no money. Show me a money, can't show me a honey. What that bitch, them niggas be wrong. I fuck with my wife, I know they a honey. Headphones out, they know what it was coming. Was hitting that shit, they be tripping in front of me, 4 for the 100, we ain't doing no perm. Why see? Try to reach for that foul, I'm putting them money. A nigga go die, get hit with that. Nigga go die, get hit with that thunder. I got y'all walking out this month. We found their ass, we talk to the trunk. It's free little bit, it's free no summer. Now he back home on the last bus drum. Why see? I really think girls all right about blowing it. First telling me stop it, I'll run up a bag. Now I'm trying to pop, I'm feeling like Joe, the fuck is a rock. But one kid said I'm buzzing like water. Riding and low, shit, running on the back. So the experience of some in the walls of the eyes. They got the water, keep counting that box. Bad nigga back, what happened? I'm freaking it, niggas jumping like rap. I ran up a dog. Now I'm getting that. I'm swinging my dirt, trying to chop me a rock. It's money and murder, they wonder why. I'm dumping that sign, I'm dropping for traffic. Me and T-Jones got bent up in top. I'm blowing the train, I shoot her a grab. I'm sending a few shots, just sending him a mess. I'm spinning with Ben, he really my best. Me and Twin run the box on the how about on sack. I go on the 100, down off the left. I'm breaking down bricks, I ain't talking about tech. Kato, this crazy. Let's go.
Free the guys, man. Or green.
Bang them down like bowling, boy, all that trolling. I'm trying to see you with it. Pop all of that drink, start rolling. I'm trying to see you. Hey, free man, free chill, free chill, free talk, free little bit, bitch. You know, hey, I don't know why the fuck the ops keep acting like they doing shit. They acting like they doing shit. Let's get them. Get them. All them fucking guys. Fuck all them bitches. Cooking, we running the city. Swing through the block, drop shot, cause them niggas be dissing. Me versus him, no miss. Me versus him, I'm trying to work with that switch. Fucking with Key, trying to come with that 50. Swing on the rip, trying to leave some missing. Don't know my mess, now it's time to go fishing. Make one call, and the D say he with it. Speaking of Martin, we leave shit pissing. Cut the bitch off, I ain't want me no dick. She fuck with the op, she gave me that fish. I throw the move, then it's gonna be a killer. Back doors are set up, that's how we live. My bitch the hood, but we still in it. Young niggas click, I'm trying to get busy. He claiming I'm snatching, but I'm really with it. Me versus him, you know I'm a winner. I'm deep in with sharks, he swimming with fishes. Fuck up the rule, cause the niggas be bitchy. He claiming my mess, but I'm playing with fish. If you get in that room, better lap out the missions. Me versus me, I don't see no competition. Why does a boy, I ain't wanna listen. I pick up the hand, I made a decision. Ever since then, I hop up, go get him. Nigga kill Martin, turn to a villain. Spinning again, I'm something like a fish. Really, the man got me searching for fish. Young niggas clicking, they took a season. We up on the score, I'm trying to get even. I'm swinging that drink, make a change up the season. Speaking of clap, you gon' give me a reason. I'm talking, get active. Nigga keep robbing the shit like they want them to smack us. I got the glizzy and traffic. I catch a hop in the beat and I'm letting them have two. I'm got left in the eye, disappear like magic. The whole world said we tried this. They we run out of smoke, they think that we capping. They was shit on nasty. I'm trying to hand out cash. Fuck all the rock shit, I come rob you the fast. Nigga, I hang the left on the way to the crib. He couldn't even hop in the shower. Look at the show for hours. Thought they was lying when they said money come with the power. I catch a hop out scroll, just have my troll. My wife sees no I'm a whack. Striking them down like bowling. Fall like trolling. I'm trying to see if you would pop out of the drink, start rolling. I'm trying to see which one of their ass fall. Like some years ago, me and White's in that kitchen. I pop out with bro, cause I know that he hit. Man, bro, on that cop, it's fishy, we click. I'm fucking with Drizzy, completing the mission. Time is fucking shit. Talk shit to these niggas ain't with. We hopping in the right trying to been whole city. They came in the alley, that shit got wet. They hanging on the water trying to dump the whole Smith. Nobody watch it, they know we get big. Them niggas ain't spending no shit, niggas big. That shit that they talk, them niggas ain't left. Got hit with that shit, they hollering the truck. We going that move, we ain't leaving no way. I fuck with Lil D, he was bumping that switch. I was bumping that P, but I had to fix. They calling me just on the mission. I was working that black chart, I was kidding. I gon' aim that bitch at his feet. And I hang out the window, drop shots on the Smitty. Niggas be cap, keep me out your mentions. A nigga got in the lip on the way to the crib, he couldn't even hop in the shower. Hey, bro, this my nigga G Clavo, man. Nigga know what the fuck, man. Nigga know what the G Clavo, man. Happy birthday, man. Nigga, my birthday. Yeah. Off the ass, can't get no sleep. Bro told me chill, but they too sweet. Put pipe to his face, he D.I.E. I'ma say it one time. That shit ain't sweet. Y'all come through, yeah, we be on D. Just hit our block and come and see. We cross it up, white playing D. Chase his ass, blue joint 3. Still get off, he stop that teasing. I get mad, folks say I'm tweaking. All out, brother, I stop that grieving. Got outside up on my heat, I dropped the tip, but we got even. Bad bitch like, but I'm not easy. Goofy out, they love that T. Don't like to talk, we up the steam. Beat up traffic, check out demons. 19 at that bitch be singing. Outside chapel, we out her fiending. Wipe that slut, she ate my semen. Bounce on, I don't need no reason. Give me a switch, I bet I swing it. Get my nut out a little bit decent. Took that gun, that shit was the reason. Don't play with I be real life treater. Got that drop, y'all know that season. Sitting in home, got us at grieving. Took them down, that shit was easy. On double back, we get the squeeze. On the CJ, me and my sleep, so hit the block. We lost top time rapper, I think yeah, was teasing. On the block right out of school, real definition, sick like demon. You hit sound, gonna start tweeting. Top that off, just don't believe it. Somebody mama, daddy screaming. We black press, that shit ain't not decent. Blood, shit, my ghetto angels. Long little y'all, I'm tweaking. Going down, he think he tough. Sit his dumb ass on his butt. Don't get no fuck, little nigga ain't tough. Put them hollows in your gut for all that time they can't get up. After help, that shit ain't enough. We come through here, we push it up. He dropped his phone, he bent the dust. For all that dipper, we got touched. This the dealer, scapula. We ain't the one that give a fuck. Bounce after V just says up. Queso kid, the Ringo truck. The bill was bad, he ain't get no fuck. Late night rats ain't catch us some. Don't got no pages, let it bust. You guys, I won't just give it up. We bet out quick, I know what's up. Can't duck this hot shit I put up. They duck and smoke, they get fucked up. Can't see our face, I know it's us. About that shit, can't get on us. We took that gun, we weird fuck. Little baby, don't put no trust in none. I know you mad, it ain't about none. Beta, me ain't got just for a button. DV real slam, 22 button. We up on out that end discussion. Y'all want smoke, just know we coming. Pull up quick and then start to run. We blitzing shit, 6 them be fun. Let that guy hit that button. Let that guy hit that button. I already know this thing's up coming. Let that guy hit that button. No problem. You know that. We out early morning, sweating, drinking, ain't even get no sleep. Spot your ass can't breathe. Fullies, I'm purging, quick to squeeze. Every time we call the head, I'm in my picture throwing up beats. Different hood speaking on shit like if it's smoke, they come to see. You can get lit up at a hot shit. You play slow and DIE. Running up quick, cut out them pockets, build your double 3 or 4 D's. Pop outside, 2 glasses, top stick, look, hey, so I'm in my sleeves. And we quick, we on your ass, swing my dough, top on my bleed. Nigga running back to us, man, we top this shit before you can flee. We gon' speak about who crash our kids' blood. Me and my wrist, my brother dad can't go outside and they can't shop or go out to eat. I know all opposite ass got fried for all that trolling shit ain't sweet. Tie your lace and suit up fast, you get caught then it's on me. Trace the buzz when we collab, scared to get that AIP. I got throwing shoes so fast, you think I'm mad, just go me a beat. Fuck them up, we got the sash, shake off the guys and drop the D. Pull out blessing out this rifle on the side, yo shit get beat. Pop his ass out with that Drake, now he ain't Trace and fuck the streets. Put my hands together and pray one day in heaven for them see. Stopping blood for T.Y. name, you see the marks up on my feet. Last up with Michael J's out through they cut, we tryna creep first, when we spot, we fuck the lost FC's too breaking, they get beat. Suck your dollar, we pull up and shit get stuck by hit the seat. Hit that block and rush it up, and then we blow sound like some beat. Good boys know we clap shit up, that's why they born to use they teeth. Pour that flame and shit get 12-6 million, they love to clap they heat. Shit get flame, show no more niggas speak back to keep shit street. But I'll cuss and watch us tweet, pushing right on down feet. They press pause on their ass, so many guns and press delete. We caught folks that was sleep, fell out on feet, then go play deep. Then they block 2 or 3 deep, I feel like Mike told 2-3. At DV, how little they get, I take that collar, I want that beat. Making Muffy D.I.E. He caught shit up, he buck, he need. This is song, I can't say much, but do that check, he down the street. I thought we throwing all that back, we fuck him up, he ate his teeth. We were the one that made shit bleed. Ask me, brother, keys in the street, I walk shit down, Dr. J, go back to the crib, turn on TV. I blew on the kid, got changed the fit, out doing the drill, go shoot the scene. On the quick to leave, stuck, swing it off, he stopped that tease. Beat the block down like the 4th in summertime, yeah, that season. Like LA, we play for keys, I really ain't riding, nigga, don't tweet. We jump out God like 3-4 times, we do it again and then repeat. We bust this shit and get that laugh for all them threshold and tweets. Take a sip, pull up the gunshots out the neck, that shit was free. Let out shots and then they run, now he got blood out on his teeth. We pop out and get shit done and Mary J's and Mary Sneaks. Knock the sound up on my head with mask down, can't know it's me. Check shit out, that's how we play, about to use your head and go to sleep. All the drill, gotta leave your phone to come along and bring your heat. Phone them back out with them beats. We all shit down, we hop out split. We get over the nigga, fuck it. Show no mercy, we playing the steam. Fuck them off, we tripping for all this ball game, nigga, we them demons.
Bruh. I'm trying to share like my whole other screen. Y'all can literally see everything I'm doing. I'm trying to share a whole other tab. Like, this shit dumb.
Damn, he pop on his phone ringing. Fucked him up, his body locked. He pop on spot, his phone ringing. Pop on his phone. Caught on his body locked. He pop on his phone ringing. He popped on spot, his phone ringing. He popped on his phone ringing. I was like, that's all I want to see. Let me show Ryan, you want that everything. Alright, come on, we ready? What the fuck you doing? You like it? Free Michael Drake tucked in the jacket. We was riding the racket fast shit. You got took cause shit was cracking. Break them down, ain't doing no wrestling. Like keep it stick up and blow with passion. Break down dark to mix with rock. We been sliding, nobody been out here. Can't speak on them all like we don't get busy. Not a game, this shit got a mean. 762 on the second that sees. Lil' bro, she real cause he is a demon. Birdie got pop, I was sliding and grieve. In the hallway cause the dick be fiend. He had sex and he back no scene. You folks the house, how you think we link? The bitch stop playing, we go bang it out there, run it to the down cause his wrist bust. Just a couple niggas up top and God send down to a gun. Get it the way I'm saying, so throw your head, ain't going up top and on. You got you for a reason, but trust the nigga. For money, they coming to hunt. He used to have Panarchy under his knot. He couldn't see through his left eye. He just won't that. We sat out all night like these and in the beehive. Blood in my man telling me walk up 2 clips on that showtime. Watching the bad, bum down on him like Dragon scream with the boom school line. Whole time he got hit up for nothing, they didn't even claim, so I have to keep a little hot. I know some nigga really fuck up your business, but I'm just keep on humming. Try to bend through hands, scratch me, knock the ass straight off the bump. Can't hit her cause she too simple. I'm at a point out like I'm scared. I like cupcake for her hair. Extravagant, she wants Chanel. I'm in the transit, this shit real. I want no bitch, I'll let my head. He play with sliding, disappear. That's the name I should need. Hell, ain't no man dead in here. I feel no chasing shit. My cups ain't doing you like it. Free Michael Drake tucked in the jacket. We the ones riding the racket. Fast shit, you got took cause shit was cracking. Break them down, ain't doing no wrestling. I keep a stick up and blow with passion. Break down dark to mix with rock. We been sliding, nobody been out with us. Can't speak on them all like we don't get busy. Not a game, this shit got a mean. 762 on the second that sees. Lil' bro, she real cause he is a demon. Birdie got pop, I was sliding and grieve. In the hallway cause the dick be fiend. He had sex and he back no scene. Folks the house, how you think we link? Boy, man, the way I like who cares. Say, Lord, I heard it got me and she wants to live. Man, this shit real. I shouldn't even know. Like, I feel no big shit. I got like this. We become this guy, the souls in the night, go back in the motherfucking shadow. This pop shit come first, I was itching to use my first when I got out the Tahoe. I could ever sat on the lawn, them niggas ain't come outside, they ducking that tackle. I'm putting cute on the back of the 1980s, the good to go feel it with hollow. I seen blood get spilled in the streets, so I'm staying on P, won't let my eyes close. How many bitches I fucked, I do not know. I had a bitch keep me peace, so it won't shut stick to a piece, down my eyes, the window. Pouring up, drinking, me fixing the strip though. Man down, bro, they call it a 10-4. How niggas 10 big, I better get low. Second box got the hoes all on me. I stay with Birdie like we was like, come this shit don't work, I'ma do what I know. Let's pick up this pot to fill it with the yoga. The fans of the dope, put the dope in the oven. Burning my colors, I'm constantly smoking. Roll low without the wood, I'm choking. You niggas get high and ain't having no mojo. Bring it back to the block for a coupe out front niggas, man, cause I just put it smoking. Same take for the weekend, game no speed, it's the same one I hit the bucket. White ones on the feet for the double boy teeth, it's the same one I hit the bucket. She ain't happy, I know cause she goes. Send a bitch right back home, I'm slow. Screaming, come through back to souls in the night, go back in the motherfucking shadow. This pop shit come first, I was itching to use my first when I got out the Tahoe. Ever sat on the lawn, them niggas ain't come outside, they ducking that tackle. I put a cube on the back of the 1980s, the good to go feel it with hollow. I seen blood get spilled in the streets, so I'm staying on P, won't let my eyes close. How many bitches I fucked, I do not know. I had a bitch keep me peace, so it won't shut stick to a piece, down my eyes, the window. Pouring up, drinking, me fixing the strip though. Man down, bro, they call it a 10-4. That niggas 10 big, I better get low, better get low. Okay, you still can't wanna do it. Yeah, you could miss it. One for hang on the right. We'll talk about shit out there. Box on the G17 automatic. The Draco tuck on hip on packing. Thomas still come out automatic. Can't speak on the last one, look on crack till. I've been out fully straight. I'm in the back of the hot track. Catch my lacking. One for hang on the right. We'll talk about shit out there. Box on the G17 automatic. The Draco tuck on hip on packing. Thomas still come out automatic. Can't speak on the last one, look on crack till. I've been out fully straight. I'm in the back of the hot track. Catch my lacking. Last one, I crack trying to be in the house. Hood, no, we be coming through the taking that place off the hot cop in the eyes block like shit. Long hair, rolling up every day, smoke birthday cake, new up in the air, they know us. I'm in the back of the back, see the drink, bitch on the side, too cute, don't fold up. You know, whole truck, new donut, don't try to get on the right, we go left, she wanna stay 13, blind, I don't wanna fuck this, whatever close it. Send the bitch back home, can't call my phone, no more, don't spark, low slut, bitch on the chain, don't touch, rolling shit out the pound, need more run, pants already off, you gon' fall, niggas ain't legit, bitch, I don't care. We all do all that talking, just walk up, whole block, hit the one way, do a donut, jump out the car, see hop in the rectangle, like with a switch on the back, and go up, and I know you a hoe, you ain't using your part, like you saying them songs, you ain't no night. We'll talk about shit in the box on the G17 automatic. The Draco tuck on hip on packing. Thomas still come out automatic. Can't speak on the last one, look on practice. I've been out fully straight, I'm in the back of the hot track. Kept on lacking. Long clip hanging out in racks. We'll talk about shit in the box on the G17 automatic. The Draco tuck on hip on packing. Thomas still come out automatic. Can't speak on the last I'm in the back of the hot track, catch my like it. I'm trying to catch one like it. Trying to catch one like it. But I can be automatic. It's automatic. It's just automatic. It's automatic.
Yeah, man, tell their ass check on Q50, man. They didn't park this shit down there.
I'm go. Little Jeff, LAX with a drink. Ain't trying to eat dick, get the fuck on my face. St. Louis deal mad, take 60K. Fucking that, let's talk about pay. Broke ass out next front, I'ma pay. When sleep, bitch, body coming home to a chain. But now with a pretty nigga, I got my name. Can't say I ain't put up for the game. When I hang around me, nigga, go up as a brain. You ain't never caught a body, little nigga, you a lame. Me and Murray trying to turn a rap nigga to a stain. My outfit got in a rack, full drill, see why till them niggas get back. Time down 6 shots, nigga, I ain't gonna scratch. I fuck like I'm dead, but I'm up on a jet. What the fuck I look like, letting a lame ass nigga from St. Louis make me a hat. He's a fucking white boy. Don't be surprised when his ass gets stretched. So 6 pounds of soap. Out of town gooch thought he ass to a shot at that milk. I seen him post a hoe. Dead ass bitch at the told his ass bust that left. A nigga down from every hood that spoke on Jeff. Who wanted me to reaper next? I was on FaceTime when got caught. It felt like I was deaf. A young turn nigga like me trying to feel immortal cause the nigga keeps escaping death. They kinda gotta eat forever, but they got L4. Get the fuck up out of hell. Let's go. Little Jeff, LAX with a drink. Ain't trying to eat dick, get the fuck on my face. St. Louis deal mad, 6.
This shit ass. This shit ass. Oh my granny. You know this shit ass again. You know this shit ass. This shit ass. Oh my granny. I'm so disappointed. I'm so happy I ain't click on this shit earlier when I got recommended this bullshit. That shit suck. You said on flies. I swear to God, this bitch ass. Oh my granny. Like,
She with AML, he's a fucking goofy.
I got racks now, bad bitch, sitting pretty. I got cash now. Her nigga love me, so it's litty. He like cash out, sitting back, sucking on my teeth. He my cow out, he licking on me, high as hell with his dick out. Fucking on your favorite rapper, he bout to tap out. He look ducking off his pussy, this his new house. He give me money for my rent, I make a move out. This little pussy got the power, who get the last laugh. Told him I was done with him after that, I want his friend out. Had a baby by James broke ass, he ain't get no money. After he did that shit twice, now he can't get no friend. I know it ain't hard to fuck you niggas and get some money. Just gave Malcolm 20 pills, I need that 50 something. In a new ball Lexus Sport, I'ma do 100. Pulling up on different niggas just to get some money. Yeah, I got racks now, bad bitch, sitting free. I got cash now, her nigga love me, so it's litty. He like cash out, sitting back, sucking on my titties. He my cow out, he licking on me, high as hell with his dick out. Fucking on your favorite rapper, he bout to tap out. He look ducking off his pussy, this his new house. When he give me money for my rent, I make a move out. That little pussy got the power, who well. Told him I was doing after that. I want his friend now.
I'm a young certain nigga for bitch wanna come fuck me. Bring your friend now. Steady making thirst over that weak ass pussy. I thought it was me, he was scared now. I'm having these hoes, sign they souls. Snip this line, little bitch, you could go. I'm hopping this car, go catch you a op, but the dumb his ass down so he don't get far. Go. That's me and Lil Verse shit. Even though I'm in the A, still toting them shots with a switch on the background in the Maybach. This track right here, I ain't talking about hats. I ain't talking about bitch things, gotta get back. Pretty bitch that rap, know I'm finna be the back. Got a lot of old hoes looking like they do crack. Bitch, I been with your friend. Only fucking with you cause I was real her in. Throw me an oop, I'm throw you a 10. Other than that, bitch, I ain't spending these bins. I'm about you, pregnant, better get like me. Better catch first beat, I want part of the plan. I thought slut you, bitch, I'm disgusting. Get the fuck in my face, go back there, man, go.
He licking on me high as hell with his dick out. Fucking on your favorite rapper. He bout to tap out. He look ducking up his pussy. This is new house. He give me money for my rent. I make him move out. That little pussy got the power. Who get the last laugh? Told him I was doing after that. I want his friend now.
That nigga in love. Bro, your ass fucking hilarious. This nigga fucking stupid.
I got beef with him. You gonna beat off for me, right? Oh, bro.
I got you, baby.
Oh, that shit. Yeah, Ashley, that shit. Yeah. That shit the baddest I ever seen in the world. Oh, that shit moving low key.
Oh, yeah, because I got something for y'all little ass. Yeah, spray that stinking ass. Yeah, spray that stinking ass. Yeah, spray that stinking ass.
Hey, yo, watch your mouth. You have to get it on. Watch your mouth. Get it on. No, again. Are they getting it on? The white boys? Good, bro. Why y'all got into it for what? He about to rock it over you?
This one good. It's still one, boy. Shut the fuck up. That's all.
Hey, you're good, Brody. You don't gotta do that. It's essential. Leave it there. That's a module. We will be finding Idris module out. I got like 6 baddies. Alright, man, y'all can see from the title and thumbnail today, I'm about to be pulling up with my boy Rack Baby, you know what I'm saying? He got a show right now, you know what I'm saying? We gonna see if this stick lit or not, bro, you know what I'm saying? You gotta see how these Chicago is stepping, man. Because I know it's in the towns where he have shows, that should be lit. Y'all see me at a couple, so we about to see if my boy gonna have it lit. Hopefully he do. I know he got a couple special guest appearances, you know what I'm saying? I know my bull asked him about. Matter of fact, she's not even my bull no more, bro. She just teleported out of me from nowhere yesterday, bro. Yeah, bro, we about to see what's up. About to see how these niggas stuff in this. Yo, son.
I mean, shit. I swear it ain't really too hard to see out there, but we ain't got it. Give me that from your car. See what you can do. Back door, nigga. Try to boy, ain't get too far. I'm there. It's essential. Leave it there.
Oh, that's my old boy.
First time I took me a pop outside cause I took what they want. Bitches loose to the river, can't somebody don't check that one girl. Tell me I'm not getting back.
Y'all ain't gonna lie to just me, though. This shit get fat, yeah? This shit get fat, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, this what it is. This is Chicago Hottie. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not Jack. I hear her, this is Chicago Hottie. I might go on stage and show you. Yo, I need to see myself Chicago weed. Yo, y'all need to get lit. Y'all need to get lit. Yeah. Yo, why y'all oil for me, bro? Why not get lit? like this, man. Yeah, I know. A lot of things looking nice right now. Shit, yo, I did not shaking that shit. I like, I am performing and not shaking that shit. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you see that today? She shit. Oh, yo, I ain't gonna break that right now.
Oh, I said, if you ready to see rap, baby, say hell yeah. Hold on, I need some more energy. If you ready to see rap, baby, say hell yeah. For a second. Turn out real quick. You just got no real laid back.
Search for his girl, West Pole. Yo, Cliff. Let me ask you a question. That's your ball right there? That's your ball right there? Yeah. That's my ball. That's my ball. Say no more, say no more. Yo, it's a vibe. That's a ball right there? Yeah. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I'm looking for the 5 pages. We even have to do that, bro. I'm gonna give you that shit back whenever I can, bro. Yo, make sure you see my brother right. It's my big brother, yo, big homie. Big brother. Miz, yo. I'm W Miz. We gotta do a subscriber chat, yo, gang. You can't say you know me and you're not subscribed, bro. No! Just not subscribe. So good, though. Oh, you gotta sub up and you gotta watch full of Miz. W Miz. Yo, you gotta, I just dropped some shit on myself. Yo, make sure you watch that. Like, even if you get bored too, watch that all the way so I can get rich and get my coin and I can bless you up in like 50 days with it, bro. Answer, bro. Like, nah, I'm trying to show you, bro. I'm trying to show you, twin. She said, how much? I might give you 50, bro. I might give you a 50 back. One of these days, after I get rich, I'm gonna try to say, oh, hold on. I'll be out. Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you for the support, man. Oh, what's up? Hey, now. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, what's that? Hey, yes, 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 why is that going cool right now? Tribal ladder, man. Yo, what's the word? He go to me. Yo, what's up, man? Who you? You Bria? She be rapping too? Yo, we gonna turn you up. We gonna turn you into a rapper, huh? Oh, word? Oh, so you're the demon. You leave the demons like, my fault, man. They told me, like, so you one of the most dangerous girls in Chicago, too, type shit? I put belt. What's that, what? I lay real belt. Oh, you lay real belt? I'm gonna need you. It's a couple girls. It's a couple girls that get me mad. It's a couple girls that need that iron. I need you to get it on. You said what? How much you got? You can't do it off the love. How much I gotta pay you? How much I gotta pay you before you get this in the belt? I don't know. It's free though, so sometimes it can be free. I know my shot lady been lying. She gonna do that for free for me, right? If I got beef with a bitch, you gonna beat her up for me, right? Oh, bro. I got you, Jay. I used to close, Jay. Oh, my fault, time. Hello, where is Donna? Hello, this is Donna right here. Yeah, what's up, Holly? You said what? Yeah, I'm gonna stand down. Alright, that's no more. Wait, you go to the back? Where you going right now? Where's the at? I got the bullshit. Yo, take me back there. They playing. Yo, some game room shit. Tell them you were out flocking. See you got yeah. Alright, come on. One of my guys put me onto an app called Free Cash, and it's pretty explained.
Bro, what the fuck wrong with this nigga? He said, bro, that's the fetish shit I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? This nigga is retarded.
Mandatory. You get free cash, my nigga. I can make off this. Got it easy as one. It's you from the right? Yeah. You gotta come to my city, bro. I'm small go for small game show and shit. Out here, I fuck with those people. I fuck with those people. I'm the king of these streets, bro. I'm the king of these streets, bro. Let's not get too started, but I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna make you knowledge game. So if you need somebody that really goes hard, I talk about all that. I said me. I'm gonna put it in myself. Everybody got fun. You said what? And talk to them like you don't stay in my shit. I might have to hunt you down. Talk to them all. You said what? That's the most you can right now. Yeah, some blow, yo, what they call you out here?
Big G Lasky, thank you.
I ain't gonna lie, that little king nigga, you stay looking at you. I think my son trying to get with you.
Who?
My son, little king.
Looking.
He told me that you cute, so I don't know. I don't know, sis.
You basically Motion said, baby, congratulations on your baby. Yes.
I ain't know. Yo, so my other, no, matter of fact.
No, don't do that.
Hey, that's special. Yo, my son, I ain't know my son, little king, just had a big. Yo, where my son, little king at, boy? What you mean you better than my means, bro? He not only a cameraman, he a shooter. He do everything.
I'm better than all of them.
I know you about to go crazy on that stage, right? Yo, why you oral farming, bro? Why you oral farming, kid? Now I'm about to outstage him. Watch.
You ain't getting to the stage, man. Three people. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3.
I got my shot right here. Y'all being told? Shit. Come on, let's do it. Yo, twin. Wait, hold on. Let me hold my watch out, too. Come on.
Everybody got to go, y'all.
Yeah, they trying to take pictures with us. We about to get out of here. 2 seconds, big dog. Yo, hold on. Yo, you gotta, like, come on, bro. Like, you oral farming, bro. You look way too taller than me, bro. Yeah, just do that. And I'm gonna, oh, my foot. I'm gonna go like this. Shy, shit. So the hugs gonna think we the same height, twin. Yes, the twin. Let's do it.
Everybody, we got to go.
Where you taking it?
That's it. That's all. Let's go this way. Y'all got to get up out of here.
All right, outside, man.
W vlog, bro.
W vlog.
Big homie dressed in the building.
Oh, we outside like God damn.
Hey, how was Gonzo? 1 through 10, bro?
It was 30, man. For me, I give it a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Gave me a lot of energy there. You know what I'm saying? But
Baby DB.
the best concert I ever been to in my life is my shit. When I did my shit,
You got a concert?
what? Nigga, my shit's bigger than yo. Stop talking like that, nigga. My shit's better than young boy shit. My shit's better than Sprint. Yo, free my cousin. Yo, free my cousin. Yo, free my cousin.
No outfit, nigga.
Hold on, bro. I gotta tell
No
you.
outfit.
Yo, free my cousin. Free my cousin Dirk, Lord. Free my
I
cousin
can't get no
Dirk.
outfit no
Free
more.
my cousin Sprint.
I come on, take out
Free
pictures.
Free my cousin can't fly. Nigga said they know my boss still moves to my feet. That's the blow my cousin can't fly. That's my cousin.
That's my cousin.
You're not a part of
That's
my brother. Nigga. Just because you light skin don't mean you're part of the family.
Relax, bro.
You're not.
I'm
You
on
in
this
this
chin. I can jump an album right now.
You got what? You in this chin? Yo.
What you mean chin, nigga?
Nah, I ain't
Yo,
gonna lie.
chin,
Teach
blood.
you like a word by mother.
Nigga, what my mother might get?
Where's
Home
my
in
mother?
this shit, nigga.
Nigga, where to bro?
What
Nigga,
up,
where's my
bro?
mother?
Nigga,
Nigga,
gangsta, nigga.
where's my mother?
Now,
Nigga,
watch your
gangsta,
mouth,
nigga.
though. Who you talking
Who's
to?
you talking to?
Yo, what
Where's
they
your
call
bro?
you out here? Yo,
Nigga, look here, nigga.
who this?
Watch your comments. They gonna be sucking.
Exactly.
You know who I am? I'm like, yeah, come on, nigga. They gonna be sucking my shit. Hey, if you from the rack, watch this. They gonna know who I am, okay?
Oh my
Nigga
God.
said, who you? You a bitch. I never heard of you taking no risk, nigga. Nah, I'm talking about you, but yeah. Alright, come on, let's do it. Yo, Ruby Rose, if you watching, I got one of his brothers. Get my neck. I'll just play. I'll tell y'all, say, yo, watch your mouth. You have to get it on. Stop. Watch your mouth. Get it on. Yo,
Just me again. Alright, I'm just
you see what's in this?
You ain't got no knock.
It's a cannon, bro. I got
Ain't
the
no
knocks.
knock.
I got the knocks
Ain't
in
no
my
knock.
body. I got
I
got 3 knocks on me as I speak, my nigga. I got 3 knocks on me as I, and I got my Uda right there. Then he
That's not your Uda. What's the bro? She gave it
Nigga.
with me and bro. That's not your Uda.
Who you shooting for? You shooting for me or for them?
Who's
Who you shooting for? Are they getting it on? The white boys? Yo, stop. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta get it. Nah, y'all not getting it on correct. Yo, chill out, bro. Chill out, dude. Come on, dude. You don't gotta fucking fight, dude. Come on, bro.
He's not in the crib. We don't know how to get his ass up like that.
Yeah, we out for this start trying to edit this shit up. We love it right now.
Oh, shit.
That's a vibe.
What the fuck?
It's your boy Flock outside, man. I'm outside, bro. I'm in the rack, bro. Cause I'm outside, nigga. Cause I can't be, bro. I'm outside. I'm in every hood. I'm outside every day. Hold up. Yo, I started hitting it. Yes. Damn. Hello. Yeah, he just killed me. But I said just killed him. Hello. Yo, we out of here, man. Pull up. Yo, gang, it's not worth it, bro. Bro, it's not worth it, bro. You don't gotta crash, bro.
That's a boxing lesson.
It's not worth it, bro. You good, bro. But don't gotta do that, bro. You don't gotta crash out, bro. It's not worth it, bro. What a bro, nigga.
He hit me 2 times for no reason.
Why y'all got into it for what? He about to rock it open.
Hey,
You good, bro?
And then he held me back. I get hit twice. Like shit, sweet.
Nah, you good, bro. It's not worth it, bro. Don't even do it, bro. I know you would have won, bro. Cancer, bro. You good, bro. I seen you, bro. You would have. It's not worth it, bro. Stay out of trouble, bro. I want you to get locked, bro. You good, bro. You're good, bro. Don't worry. You don't gotta prove nothing to nobody, gang. You don't gotta prove shit.
Hey, listen, this when niggas start
Yeah,
got
that bitch busting on my dead grandma.
You said what?
My dead grandma that just got that bitch.
Who you fighting him? Bro, it's not worth it, bro. It's worth it, bro.
You from New York?
Let me get a picture. Take a picture with him. Come on, let's do it. Hey, you. Chill. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it, bro.
Look at me,
It's not worth it, bro.
Look at me.
It's not worth it, bro. You good, bro? Yo, come on, let's split up. Let's split up, bro. How y'all coming, man? How y'all coming, bro? Hey, we got me, bro. You good, bro? You good? Tap me up, man. Hey, you leaking. Yo, stop gassing up. You're not leaking. Yo, you took the plate. Let's take it. These niggas getting it on this shit. I gotta be a good influence. Come on. Yo, y'all took the pick? Okay. Oh, you got it? You good, bro. Don't get into trouble, bro. That shit not worth it, bro. That shit not worth it. Stay out the beat, bro. Stay you steady. Yo, brody, go looking for the 5 beans you sent me yesterday, bro. I ain't gonna lie, Dad needed that, bro.
Real nigga.
I'm gonna try to send that back to you as soon as I can. It's my big homie. It's my big homie. It's my big homie. He my manager, so I'll give it to you though. It's my manager. He my manager, real shit.
So they didn't you can't talk to me.
That's my real page. They both my managers.
So
Oh, nah, my yeah.
I'm asking you for your shit.
Oh, okay, my fault. My fault. Damn, she a little hostile.
You know YouTube?
I do OnlyFans. I'm OnlyFans.
Oh,
But I'm gonna give you my YouTube though. Like, you can't support my YouTube.
I can. Can you
Yes,
support
I can.
mine?
I got you.
You did
No, I
something?
subscribe to.
Oh, you
I
just told me.
Are you gonna subscribe to my OnlyFans too?
I gotta pay for it, bro.
Yeah, I got. Yeah.
Is you doing some raw shit? You really eating ass and shit on there?
Now I'm just back. I'm in the backseat getting crazy strokes.
That's it. Bitches love head. Is this recording? Good. We want niggas that eat ass and pussy. We don't want like what kind of.
First, wait, how old are y'all?
We always do that.
Oh, all right.
You're gonna blow me. Anyway. Come on, don't try to be boring. Why the fuck y'all man?
Never shot, gang. You play defense, gang. That's what we do.
No, I'm just saying. Bitches want good dick, huh? It's still going, boy. Shut the fuck up. That's all.
What?
That's all.
Well, you good, bro, sis?
That's your girlfriend.
Yeah, you're good, bro. You don't gotta do that.
Niggas be lying. Do not just watch that shit. Do not believe that shit.
Ain't you just watching trying to believe
Just
you.
watch it. Come on,
Pull up.
Come on right now.
Come right in front of me. Hand that shit up.
Hey, I gotta take that ass. Come right here. Y'all come right here.
You're gonna fire them up.
No, because I was not doing it with these big ass accents.
I'm full of time. Come in the middle. Yo, come in the middle. Come down. Hurry up.
You got something.
Yo, hurry up. We trying to get out of here. Damn, nigga blocking me.
I'm blocking the face. I'm blocking the order. Hold on.
Now we order.
Nice little pic. No, and we got the baddies in the
I
pic.
see it now.
We got the baddies in the pic. Sexy girls. We got the baddies in the pic.
Hold on.
Anyway, yeah, follow me at Big Zoe, BIGZOIE, baddest in this bitch, and report his weak little dick ass OnlyFans.
I took my shit on half on month. Yo, my shit got fucking idiot. Yo, why they not jack you? Why they skip these?
I don't know.
Yo, gang. Yo.
No, I want my fucking liquor.
Yo. What would you rate on the scale of 1 to 10, twin? She chop shit or she farm shit?
Yeah, she fine shit.
Alright, so I want you to spit some game, my nigga. Is you see that shit too?
Yeah. Spit some game.
If you could spit game, you could control this. This is all you, gang. If you can.
No.
Shit.
Wait, hold on. Let me give you some
You gotta get the fuck on.
Nah, oh, why you did that, though?
Hey.
Yo.
Hello?
Wait, is that Ashton?
What the fuck?
Oh, she disappeared. Yo, is she pawn shit, bro? She pawn shit to you?
Oh, she pretty.
Come on, man. She wants you to rizz it up. She giving niggas a chance today, gang.
Chance.
His guys look like you, good.
Yo, my shit disappeared.
How we get you again?
Yo.
What? Real ass ugly as hell. Fuck you just sitting here looking at motherfucker phone. Fuck.
Yo, rizz it up, gang. I know.
No, motherfucker trying to speak to his ass. He looking at us stupid like, is you cool with your black ass?
You gotta put her in check, bro.
Them fat ass look.
Don't let her talk to you like
Little
that,
ass
bro.
mustache.
Don't let her talk to you
Big
like that,
ass
bro.
teeth. Black ass
Are you
gun.
gonna let her talk to you like that, twin?
Goofy ass little nigga. That little ass chain. Little
You're
ass.
gonna let her talk to you like that? You say
Little
yes? Come on, gang. Oh, you want? Nah, she got a nigga. Twin. She got a nigga. Yeah. This is the only. Oh, I like that. I'm jacking. I'm also say Ed. I'm jacking that.
And bye. Where's my nigga? Don't play that. It's cool.
Okay, type shit.
Yeah. Hello? Nah, he look like he finna pull something out.
Nigga look like he.
finna pull something out. You said you don't want to see none of that.
Yo, Kyle. What? Yo, stop seeing niggas. That nigga white talking about niggas. Yo.
I'm 19. How old you is?
19. I'm 23.
Y'all ass lying. Y'all look like some little ass kids. How the fuck you that old? And that's a man. Is that a man? Is that a girl? already, bitch. Who you talking to? You. Come here, bitch. You right there. Yeah, you, bitch. Yeah, you. Nigga, you.
Are they about to get it on what? Get it on there.
I'm definitely not talking to that grown ass man. I'm talking to your ass. You, bitch. You.
I'm saying we'll whoop your ass, bitch. Whoop your ass, hold on, whoop your ass. Bitch, I'll whoop your ass right now. Man, they ain't not getting this phone, blood.
Yo, Daddy, that's a jack.
Hey, Daddy, that's a jack.
What the fuck? How you got your jack? Nigga, what the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? Yo, they just sent myself 4-star. 2 over the.
Oh, you jumping up? What you get tough or something?
Oh, she got the scout. She got the scout. Y'all got it. She got the scout. Nah, they got the scout.
Bitch ass fat.
Wait.
Yo, she said your shit's fat.
Wait, where's it at?
Uh,
Hey.
That shit moving low key.
Oh, yeah, because I got something for y'all little ass. Yeah, spray that stinking ass. Yeah, spray that stinking ass. Yeah, spray that stinking ass. You want me to,
The synthetic red wing.
bitch, stop playing with me.
Synthetic?
That's a grown ass man. I ain't fighting him.
Oh, nah, bro. It's a nigga. I'm cool. Nah, he go, mom.
yo.
Fight shit. Pretty face and door.
Fuck you, me, fuck. I'm about to skip this shit. Yeah, I just skipped it. I'm not even asking.
Watch this. Wait, watch this. Everybody be quiet. Hurry up and come on, bro. Yeah, the part need to get my head in. Yo, hey, y'all coming, blood.
What y'all on though? On phone, what y'all on? How old y'all is?
Nah, these some LBs.
Who that in the back?
These some LBs that. Nigga, that's a L. That's a little nigga. You talking about who that in the back?
No, we little niggas.
Oh, that was somebody who just blew up, she.
Yo, look. Y'all got a once in a lifetime opportunity right here. These girls right here, they're rich. So, and they look good. So, you feel me? Facts. So, try to rich it up.
Yo, let me get some Balencies.
Nigga, try to rich. Nigga, is that how you rich up?
Instagram. Look, go add me on Instagram. Lady.Bin Laden.
Ashton Cartier.
Look, type it on.
Type it in, I got you.
What's that, nigga?
Hey, yo, make sure you add me on Cash App. $.
Nah, Cash App is crazy.
Yo, that's it, Graham. Go add them on the gram. Yo, what's up? None of y'all niggas can risk it up? Y'all niggas is disappointing me, gang.
I got $1.50.
Y'all little ass niggas.
Oh,
I need some bitches.
You ain't know how to skate.
Nah, shit wasn't like me.
They ass ugly.
Oh! Nah, they not girls. You said what? They not girls. Niggas said yo ass ugly.
I'm a grown ass man. Why the fuck am I a grown ass? Yo.
hey, you and your ring, how old is you?
I'm 19. How old you is?
I'm 19. You got Instagram?
Yep, put them in the chat. Look at him. Look at this in the background. Hey.
Right here.
You giving?
Bro, this bitch a nigga. Oh my granny, he dead ass right though. This bitch a nigga. Oh my granny. This bitch got this skeleton tag. Like, what the fuck?
Giving niggas your Instagram? That's one?
Nah, I ain't giving no nigga my Instagram.
Oh, alright.
Hey, how old is this?
Yeah, keep that.
I got some shit that'll cut you down.
He's 16. Nah, I'm trolling. My son 21. Yo, bro, go looking, gang. I remember you sent me 5 DMs the other day, bro. Go looking for that, twin.
Yeah, no.
My son got motion.
I know, for sure. You can break $20,000 right now?
Nah, he can't though. You said what?
Hold on. Did she say, can you break $20,000? How can you break $20,000? Hold on.
Yeah, that's me. Follow.
You said what?
Yeah, that's me. Follow.
I got motion.
I know, for sure. You can break $20,000 right now?
Nah, he can't though.
Backdoor. Bro, backdoor. Oh my granny. What the fuck? Why she start acting like that when he said that shit? Backdoor. She was gonna backdoor the fuck out, bro. Oh my granny. Damn, bro, my shit keep falling. I don't feel like putting these shits on. No bullshit. These headphones. Just pay attention.
Nah, he can't though.
You can break $20,000 right now? No.
My son got motion.
I know, for sure. You can break $20,000 right now?
Nah, he can't though. You said what?
Yeah, that's me. Follow.
That was weird. I'm not gonna lie, that was weird.
What you want, big op?
Chill, man. Niggas been in jail easy as hell lately, man. Just sound backdoor to me.
Sound backdoor to me? How the fuck you get out so quick? I told the ops we on again. That's our top, I'm leaving dead, yeah. Okay. I told the ops we hunt again. He best out of jail, I need him dead. Bounty money got so much head. Best out of the car, we throwing jam. 24 like I need no 10. He go 10, put on that ski. Trimmers can be, I pull up flea. Just call a nigga the Mary Jane. Turn Hollywood, make these hoes say please. Don't fuck with rappers, he sweet as tea. Bird in my head, I'm ducking, saying stand over game, exist, they cheat. Don't mention my name, you chasing the cloud. Shoot right there, yo, hood getting dry. It's cardiac bitch, I'm pushing him out. He wanna beat me, his ass need clout. Told the ops we hunt again. He back out of jail, I need him dead. It's been a little minute of bitch, I'm back in my booty. It's lady be here on Wilson. 123 with the station. Ain't precise, ain't doing no missing. Mention they got the city, you hold up stuff, not doing the bitch. Ain't going back forth and they drop no diss. I bring this bitch when you wait my bitch. I shoot this bitch so consistent. Fully out of my shoot this bitch so consistent. Put this bitch on you, think that I miss. Like plenty ass bitch can't get no diss. Got a Glock with pink, ain't blowing no kisses. Switch with a beat, they come less than a minute. Fuck all my eyes with a weak ass distance. Told the ops we hunt again. He back out of jail, I need him dead, bitch. It's let me hear you, let it. Yeah, turn it up, bitch.
What the fuck? I'm scared. Oh my granny. They got me shook. They got me shook. Oh my granny.
I know TD finna glass this bitch.
Hey, it's cardiac. Yeah, maybe, yeah, you know that. Queen Draco's in this bitch. That's not couple short. You know that. Yeah, take your butt. Goofy ass bitch. You a rapper, but you done killed the rapper, you dumbass short. Huh? What's that word? Oh, let's go. Okay. Hoes, they bite my name, shit, dumb bitch. Cause the whole shit make no profit. Drop the stone, I turn in my pockets. Broke up on me, she ain't got no money. Turn my jokes to little stuff funny. Burn ass pressure, told y'all bitches I'm sitting there right there smiling. Galen with it, you back there, nigga ain't got no business. Outfit giving very shitty. Lame ass hoes stay in my mention. One of the bitches can't get next to me. You fucking on mindless. Top hoe from my city on the reef, you got that K. You ain't slimy me, but you mentioning me. I'm not your walk with a dream ass team. Bird ass bitch, they fried to me. Lame ass hoes can't walk with me. You so third back door allegation, you kill niggas. Pop kills your body shit. You slime the game, but you ain't get a kill. It's all your name, can't just flash shit. I was in the cars, I ain't doing no bapping. Turn me off when I get the bapping. Turn me off when I get the bapping. Turn me off when I get the bapping. You don't got no catch, you ain't kept them cars with a backseat rider. SR10 on the driver, so right my strikes, I caught them phone, you ain't getting them cars, you scared as a bitch. You better off for a bitch. Opt that hoe ain't out on shit. Rap killing, you call it in. On the phone with the niggas that's not your man. You a opt out bitch, I'm not giving fan. Turn me off when I get the bapping. Free my choice, that shit backwards. Okay. Turn me off when I get the bapping. Yeah. They know I'm a bounce out, dropping this straight for this bitch to your face. If I like your J, you know I'ma take it, better tuck that chain. Don't think I'm girl, I'm bounce out the tape. They still be lazy, but I'm feeling for little ass nigga got caught trying to leak with a bitch. They with your dick, got shot in your shit. This little ass, I'm coming to get you a bounce out clap, watch still get you, bitch. Be goofy, play monkey in the middle, trying to act up. Mother don't know I'm a bitch, real crash out, bitch can't call my bluff. What's go this my BD a bitch? If he wasn't, he would've been shot in his shit. Hating assholes, I always trying to throw stuff. When it's time to get a pain, bitch, turn sluts. First time I took me a pipe, I was shot, cause all I took was that one drug. You bitches loose, put real, better ask somebody, go check on that one girl. Turn me out when I get the bapping. Turn me out when I get the bapping. Turn me out when I get the bapping. Turn us off when we get the bapping, yeah. You know the fuck going on, yeah. We ain't take over the text, you know that. Step this hole, we coming to get you, yeah.
You know, you shoot with AML, he's a fucking goof.
When I'm out in public, know I got the switchy tuck. Niggas try to use they feet, I guess they ran up out of luck. I say niggas, then I'm up all that rap bapping, that shit sucks. Niggas different on the net, please don't forget we set shit up. Go, bitch, we set shit up. When I ran up on that car, his ass was up and he was stuck. That nigga ran up with the wire, you shoulda knew that time was up. You know that we don't give a fuck. Crush a perk and then boot up. I'm gon' say that pussy trash, you let me fuck and I can't up. We got some shit inside this car, we battle out the FK up. We got some buttons on our Glock, talking about the cars, we switched it up. Late night kidding, that was straight out in the birds or Rango truck. Out in traffic, 3 man with the helm, just let finna boot up. They dropped the dead, so I'm not gon' get some back, fuck that, I'm suited up. They homie gas trying to have a candle like fuck that, they shoot it up. We can't do spin and jump out there because too late, we fucked them up. Go. I say, I ain't shooting at no cars, I hop out and get up close. I ain't flying with no ghosts, I turn some niggas in the ghost. The first time I caught my first one, I'm like, damn, I need 6 more. Niggas shot me in my leg, the next month I was trying to scope. You can't post up when it's smoke, can't say too much, but niggas know. We spinning rains in the snow, he was screaming on the floor. Have to take no, I'm a pro. I'm up 10, I need some more. I play ball like I'm a pro. Last 2 was just free throw. I told the drink it's not for sure. I see her face, I lock my door. Don't play with me, I'm not a joke. I have your mama sent for roll. Make them niggas shut they trap down. Now them shots we sent on road. Julio, they switching low. My name ain't Taddy, your name on hoe. Call the captain track, ain't blowing his pole. What the fuck? Now I'm trying to have me a bitch with this one bitch saying she stuck. I was 16 getting worse from the plug. After that, hit the strip, get rich off the clutch. 2 minute block, we caught us a face like 9 in the straight. He should have been tough. If you want you a first, I need me a bus. Trying to reach for these, you get sent up.
Rayside in the building. Tim on the beat.
It's on the beat, make it blow.
Man, folks riding the track, I told them keep on riding till this bitch y'all eat. We see how I'm high five, walk down and shit, how cars we get on feet. Mask on gloves, don't tell my bro when we spend, we gotta do that shit neat. Ride to the mill, out of law, and I on my own, I ain't worried, I treat police. Now that I'm trying to get it on, trying to play by, fuck the net, we gon' do it in the streets. Do it, call my phone, asking when I'm going home, shit sound back though to me. Now they I'm riding, and touch me and key. Out early, we slide with 2 pipes of pee. Once the house stay down, when it turns over east. I promote all bad, this shit ain't sweet. Boy, this shit ain't sweet. If he got caught like a bet, he got his ass popped. With the originate blocks, always on spot. And the reason why the blocks always get shot. With the originate can't trap on they blocks. Comes out the drink, make a push like a hot. He shaking his hips like he on TikTok. I do 3 seconds with the switch on the block. I like 2 splash shot in a bed, nigga drop. He thinking it's a game. I'm not that cop, I ain't no lane. There's no how raw. I take your chain, I know that. So I got my gun, I'm in the box. She looking at a song, and in the fucking box. Man, fuck riding the shot, I told him keep on riding till this bitch on E. We see how I'm high five, walk down, ain't shooting now, getting on feet. Mask on gloves, don't tell my bro when we spend a week, gotta do that shit neat. Ran to the mill, all alone in a truck, on my arm, ain't worried, I treat police. Yeah, pop out, get it on, trying to play ball off the net, we gon' do it in the street. Bitch steady calling my phone, asking when I'm going home, shit, I'm back to TV. And then I'm riding to just me and Keith. Out early, we slide with 2 pots of peas. So I stay down when it turns over east. I promote all violence, shit ain't sweet. We hop out, doing wrong, put the goods to it down, don't move, make this shit easy. Niggas steady saying we on tour, no, we pull up, shoot. I don't curve, I'm already shoot from deep. I ain't just rap, I really do. I ain't nothing making music, I just like talking shit on these beats. 30 Glock with a 52, I can fly when I shoot, have a twice, now this bitch on E. Niggas gon' lay if you ever play with me. Last nigga tried to run, got chased down the street. It ain't too good, face on the concrete. Now I saw him in the wood, his face on the tree. Man, I want you to make a wood, drink on me. This shit ain't safe, don't play with me. This shit ain't safe, don't play with me.
I'm ready to fall in love. Turn the light on, Ron. I'm ready to fall in love. Hey, try to keep your face at the camera when you rapping. Try to get all the words in. Look at the camera. Yeah, you know. And you gotta get all the words in.
I am now, y'all.
Ready, Jay? Yeah, the camera, the camera. I got you.
I trade the cars, we cannot buy that when I buy. Take it right up. Top off and got no shit on everything they talk about. Bitch, you better watch your mouth.
We got all that shit in the basement too, though.
Yeah, this bitch got some kids, niggas did what they did. They had to pay the consequences. How about that? I'm slide and I can try to learn that shit. If I told you about what I did, when I speak, it's only facts. It's screaming hard in here. Now you were rolling like a bitch, walking listen to that. It's not no bloody car again. Cause the rocket said I'm trying to out those they took this guy in. Put back me slave, but it's not gonna go my dick. I heard you say, hey, what she well. I'm right there with her. I'm in it, get her. We got the drive, respect the block. My favorite, I got put on spot. And they gon' sign the shit on slide. They young got rock. I trade the crowd. We cannot win a box. I'm gonna take you right outside. Stop the door. Pop the lock. See some J. Like, hey, Super 30. Hey, get real quick. They got no shit on fire. Every day they talk about. Every day they walking out. Stop the crowd. Talk about, bitch, you better watch your mouth. Bitch, you better watch your mouth.
I can be driving here. I know you know big decision. Now they park on Tina. All I know is we get money from them. Come on, man. I know. My favorite, I got put on spot. Just play when you're ready.
$10 million, bitch, I got some kids, them niggas did what they they did. They had to pay the hustle. That's when I'm flat. I got me down to certain shit. You would think a nigga power. If I told you about what I did, I'm speaking so fast. Get it straight out what y'all did. Now you know the blood like a bitch. So I can listen to him. First up on buddies on that kid. Get a chance to rock and say he truck. I'm not gonna stick to what I hit. I'm going to fuck that like a snake. But it's not still on my dick. Fuck with him, I heard you snake. Then you turn on, we got bitches. Hey, what she do, it won't take too long to run that wheel. He started on a man, yeah. I'm mad, yeah, the switch is good and it don't stop. We got the drop, just spent the block. My favorite eyes got put on spot. This shit don't stop. I trick the car, we cannot buy it when I buy. I'ma take you right on time. Spot the dope, spot the lot. I take the watch, super time, I take the side. Pull all the sides, shut up the car. The top box, they got low, shut up pop. Everything they talk about. Let you down, but you don't fit. That's my round. Make the shots, let it ground. I'll talk you out. Bitch, you better watch him out. Bitch, you better watch him out. Take a chance, knock you out. Right around. You fucking kill yo. I kill a nigga. I kill his friends. Kill his Chameleon, this bitch, they got some kids. Them niggas did what they did and had to pay the consequences. How I blast when I'm sliding, and then you got it. You wanna think a nigga about if I told you about what I did. When I speak, it's all back. It's straight out when he got hit. Real talk on the net. Now you on the floor like a baby. Wrist down on blood, it's like I get. Ain't get a chance to run and say they can trip. Bounce out both sticks, two niggas got hit. I done lost my drink from the passenger train. But his house, they on my dick. They fucked with him, cause I heard he a snitch. They turned on, he niggas turned bitch. The suffer and that, he was you real. Don't take too long till you write that will. He started going, I'm right that way. Stop what I'm doing, oh man, yeah, the switch is split. And then don't fly, we got to drive and spend the fly. My favorite eyes got put on spot. My name was trying to shit was fly. That niggas play, they got to drive. And that's because I treat the cops. We cannot fight, I will not fight. I'ma take you right on fire. Stop the door, stop the light. I see some things, take the wire. Super thirsty, I take a sign, pull on the side, shoot up the car. Slime you out, the top off, and God knows shit on fire. Everything they talk about, that's how you do it, or walk you down. With your 50, that's my round. Make shots to put the crowd, take you down and knock you out. Bitch, you better watch them out. Bitch, you better watch them out, and take you down and chop you out.
I have a player. They did. Who got the speaker play? Let's see.
Hey, little T. Hey, little T. Chameleon, you was thinking y'all keep them niggas did what they did and had to pay the consequences. That's what I'm saying. And now you driving certain shit. You wanna think a nigga about if I said you about what I did. When I speak, it's on back. It's straight out when he got hit. Now you on the floor like a bitch. Walking this too heavy. First time on blood is gonna get. And you just around and say you trip outside. Whole state two niggas got hit. I lost my drink on past this shit. But they life they on my dick. Fuck with them 30 and 60. They turn on like it's like way to stop you out. That hell shit. But cute, gotta get that. You tweak. Oh no. Damn, folks, roll up. Let me the wood, folks. Let me the wood, why you ain't roll? Sam wood, folks. I'm up from high hill. I keep on showing y'all this y'all want to come here, but that shit did. Ain't no come on.
Hey, what's at the end of the video? Niggas know we next up. Niggas somebody text us, oh, you want to get your dumb ass right up. We ain't trying to talk. We ready acting. I mean, you know what the fuck going on. You know the rest, man.
I got bad ass.
I'm really just doing this shit. You know, y'all won't. That's what y'all want. Oh, they tell me
Niggas be battling that. AML got the mic, so yeah.
Nigga, never really get chocolate crack.
They call us every back.
He said, that's good job right here. When's live fucked up? Hey, you gotta go. Get in that bitch though. Who you already there with? Got him already. We already got him.
I bet. I'm gonna call you when I'm done, folks.
He said go call you when you're done. Alright. Come on.
This bitch finna do a million, man. Oh, we good. Why ain't like give it out right there? We're not gonna take that long. This shit. You ain't got no pipe, boy. It's outside. Niggas don't ever be outside any other day. They could type about the sky today. You know what? Come on, man. We going up. The niggas did what they did and had to pay the consequences. And I be driving that thirsty shit. You would think a nigga about if I told you about what I did. All our speakers on the fast. He screaming out when he got hit. All I talk on the neck. And you on the floor look like a bitch. So I can listen to him. Three stepping on blood. Niggas know how I get. And get us one. Can't say he tripped. I was like, oh, stick. Fucking back here switch. So it's like I was on my dick. I heard him say he turned on. He turned business. He that shit better. They run that with him. I was right there with him. Oh man, they getting the switch to speak and then stop. We got to drop this man to block. My baby, I got put on fire. My name on shine. This shit on stop. The ass got talked. I'ma take you right on top. Start the door, pop the lock. See the thing, I take the lock. Super thing, I take the socks. Along the side, you know the cop. The top out, they got no shit on fuck. Everything they talk about. They walk you down. That's my round. Baby shots at buddy. Take you down. Bitch, you better watch your mouth. Hey, bitch, you better watch your mouth. Everything I talk about. Slimy dude. Dude, boom. Bitch, shots at the Come on. We're back. Snap the dope, pop the lock. See some J might take a watch. Hey, y'all know y'all pulled up, man. Hey, we shoot video in the trenches. That's how me doing it. You 50, that's my round. 50, let the crowd hit you. We're back. Watch your mouth, bitch. You know that. You see the video? We shooting the video. You niggas bitches, that's on road. Post on that block that we pull up 200 shots up in his truck. He tried to duck and got fucked up. You want some smoke, it could be someone to the club. I brought my gun, my house, see me and niggas run. Treat these niggas like my son. I shoot niggas cause it's fun. Michael Drake ain't with a drum. Sent this ass way past the sun. Don't ask me shit, that's all dumb. Put your ass right in the cloud. Talking slick, shot at his mouth. Don't get no fuck you play, you fuck with T. Hop out and chase you down. Blow the switch and clear the crowd. Everybody on the ground, don't nobody make a sound. Known for gunning niggas down. Once you get in, you can't get out. I love the Drake, can't get away. I blow this bitch, it's super loud. Still a smoker, black him out. Kill a nigga with a smile. Fucked around and he found out I need for 30s, it's a drought. Play with kids, I'm not a child. Stack the trenches, I get wild. Reason mamas miss their child. Pop the X, it got me shaking. If I want it, I'ma take it. I can't kick it, I can't fake it. On that block that we pull up 200 shots up in his truck. He tried to duck and got fucked up. You want some smoke, it could be someone to the club. I brought my gun, my house, see me and niggas run. Treat these niggas like my son. I shoot niggas cause it's fun. Michael Drake ain't with a drum. Sent this ass way past the sun. Don't ask me shit, that's all dumb. Put your ass right in the cloud. Talking slick, shot at his mouth. Don't get no fuck you play, you fuck with T. Hop out and chase you down. Blow the switch and clear the crowd. Blow the switch and clear the crowd. Let T. Hop out, clear the crowd. Whipple made this shit, right? Go! My watch two niggas die for this, can't do it again. For right now I'm in the back of the all black top. Hit your blood just like I'm Dane. Ho, ain't shooting from no low though. They know I told the Drake up. They fire like a flamethrower. They saying that I die while I'm alive. I see the hate though. Aggressive is where I lay on and wait for you to come home. So sign me, I'll take your phone and make you shake your iPad out. Ain't trust no bitch, I slide them all. One in the ground, one in the wall. Any, many, money, more. You might be the next to go. Body stacking, battle low. Hands full tight on my toes. I sit down like domino. Her look was on the honor roll. The reason she ain't making her. The reason
it again, for right now I'm in the back of the all black top. The block just like I'm Dame, I ain't shooting from no low up. You know I told the Drake, spit fire like a flamethrower. They saying that I die while I'm alive, I see the hate, dog. This is why I lay out and wait for you to come home. They sign me, I'll take your phone and make you shake it. I thought I can't trust your bitch, I start them all. One in the ground, one in the wall. One in the ground, one in the wall. Please, love, I fall right out of the bed. My boy, is my boy, is my boy. On the beat. Michael Drake, 2 glasses switches when I'm riding through the bay. Caught him loafing, it was raining, left him soft, I guess we drank. Don't want no fat back since I want the Michael Drake. Take 2 minutes, he got caught without his pistol. Yeah, I hit him, but I missed, cause I ain't kill him in my feelings. Niggas get shot and act like bitch. I'm in the trenches, I'm relentless. When it come down to who's spinning, we the ones who run the bitty. Bitch, get back, I don't do hickey. She think I want no kids. A nigga play 9 hits, that's missed. Fuck CBD, treat every dish. Ain't cup and thoughts, can't trust these bitches. Niggas put on my block, now that's in spill. White boy, flight, put space on the pill. Ain't no monkey in the middle. 10 million block went through the window. Cap on bad as that's the crib. Up pop your face like it's a pill. I start S9, this shit too simple. If I want you, best believe it. I'm gon' get jumped out, be front down, and we kill. Trying to make you skip the spell and lay your ass down with a shovel. Not an inch more like a devil. I won't step below my level. You think you gangster, I'm gon' tell out. He was flexing, so he stretched the pop out, cup run down and clap you. Drake on hit, make you go back. He just a rapper, never clap. I was 6 run around with Capital. He the rapper, just the act. No movie sick, but we want action. Michael Drake, 2 glasses switches when I'm riding through the bay. Caught him loafing, it was raining, left him soaked, I guess we drank. Don't want no fat back since I want the Michael Drake. Say 2 minutes, he got caught without his pistol. Yeah, I hit him, but I missed, cause I ain't kill him in my feelings. Niggas get shot and act like bitch. I'm in the trenches, I'm relentless. When it come down to who's spinning, we the ones who run the bitty. Bitch, get back, I don't do hickey. She think I want no kids. A nigga play 9 hits, that's missing. A nigga play 9 hits, that's missing.
You was just being funny. Like, what are you saying? You want to get killed? What the hell are you talking about? Hold on. I'm just realizing what you just said. I'm not falling asleep. What the hell? You done smash? I gotta do some work. Oh shit! Today is Saturday. I forgot about UFC. Bro, I'm tweaking. And another game probably came on. It's a move. Oh no, today is Saturday. I'm tweaking, bro. I'm high as fuck. Today is Saturday. I forgot it's 12 o'clock. We got UFC tonight. Let's go.
Ni hao, we are a few days away from UFC Shanghai. Ming Yang, the Mager Zhang versus Johnny Walker. And guys, you may already think you know who I'm picking, but you don't. You have no idea who I'm picking to win this main event. I just have a feeling that, well, we'll get into it. But either way, big co-main event, Aljamain Sterling, former champ, taking on his former training partner, Brian Ortega. Sergey Pavlovich versus the baseball player, Waldo Cortez Acosta. This is actually kind of a sleeper card. There are some pretty solid fights on here. But before we get into this, I just wanted to say that I am planning on doing a video series for fitness and nutrition as an addition to there will be making my own training than just the packed up and bit of an addition for this channel. Further ado, let's get into these predictions. Uran Salty Baldiev. Uran Salty Baldiev. That's literally like that's like a meme name for someone that's bald and like has a pouting face. Uran Salty Baldiev is not actually bald, but he does have a bit of a pouty face. And he's taken on Dayar Nurgoze. Is this not the guy that got like destroyed on the Contender Series or something? Or maybe that's someone else, but I know he's from Kazakhstan. I know this guy got beat in his debut, right? I don't know if I can pick a guy with the name Uran Salty Baldiev. It's actually not Salty Baldiev. I just realized there's no L there. Uran Sati Baldiev. I'm going to go with Dr. Nurgoze. I'm going with Dr. Nurgoze, man. I'm sorry, dude. I just can't pick. Unless Sati Baldiev goes out there and looks like a future world champ, I just can't pick him to win this fight. All right, let's get on to the next one. Zhao Long versus Su Young Yu. Su Young Yu. Not Su Young Mi, Su Young Yu. He's going to win this fight. I'm actually picking him to get this one done. Broke it down on the boxing channel. X's and O's. Coming off the road to the UFC.
He's got a nice leg kick, nice inside low kick. He's got a nice double jab, crispy sweet pea special. Zhao Long, we know the deal: wrestling, grappling, striking, double threat.
I'm not going to sit here and act like I know anything about this fight. And I'm not going to fucking sit there and act like I'm a casual for not knowing, okay? Like, straight up, there are going to be some people in the comments that are saying, wow, bro, didn't do his fucking due diligence, man. Sorry. I'm sorry that I have not spent days in the war room watching Su Young Yu fights and Zhao Liang fights. Now, again, I looked at the records. I looked at the records, man. I know Zhao Long has taken a loss in the UFC. Su Young Yu, he's got a win in the UFC. Both guys, former road to UFC fighters. I'm going with Su Yang Yu. I'm going with Su Yang Yu. But listen, from here on out, these picks matter. From here on out, these picks matter. And starting now, actually take what I have to say serious. I'm going with Yizha over Weston Wilson. I can't pick Weston Wilson to win a fight. Listen, all you got to know about this, you don't need to know much about Yizha. You need to know about Weston Wilson. Weston Wilson may be the worst fighter in the UFC. He may be the least durable, least dangerous, least threatening fighter in the UFC. He is sort of known for getting just destroyed in every single one of his fights. You should expect him to get absolutely destroyed in this one too, okay? There doesn't need to be any more said about it. Yizha, 25-5 record. The guy's experienced. He knows what he's doing. Weston Wilson doesn't have durability, doesn't have power, doesn't have a lot of speed. I don't need to say any more, okay? I don't need to see any more. Michael Pereira, Michel Pereira versus Kyle Dawkins. The return of the Dawkins bros, although it's only one. This is a really, really tough fight to go back into after being cut from the UFC. Sort of reminds me of Kevin Lee being given Renat Fakhretdinov after taking a long hiatus. The UFC really doesn't reward long hiatuses, or they don't reward people getting cut, even if they work their way back up. I mean, who is that fighter that outside of the Jeremy Stevens fight with, I forget the guy's name, Mason something, that was like a pretty good fight for him. But there was another fight as well. I think it was Chris Moutinho got cut from the UFC, came back to fight Malcolm Wellmaker. This just reminds me of that. Michel Pereira should go in here and absolutely dust Kyle Dawkins. I mean, he really should. I mean, think about it. The last Kyle Dawkins victory I can even think back to was like a no contest against Kevin Holland due to a headbutt. I don't know. Not a headbutt, but a head clash. I understand we have thoughts of Michel Pereira gassing out against Anthony Hernandez, but it's Anthony Hernandez. Okay, Kyle Dawkins is not going to push a crazy pace. I think he goes into this fight on survival mode early on, but the thing is, I think you have to have some grit, you have to have some durability, and you actually have to move forward and push a bit of a pace in order to beat Michel Pereira. And you may think that, well, if I go in survival mode and get past the first round, I have a chance to win this. It's only a 3-rounder. I think that if you put up no resistance early against Michel Pereira, he has no reason to respect you, and he just will dust you up. He's faster, bigger, stronger, hits harder. He's more lethal. And now that he's at middleweight, sure, the gas tank is not that good. But again, like former welterweight skill. I know Kyle Dawkins, I feel like at one point he fought a welterweight too, but I have to go with Michel Pereira. All right. Losing to Anthony Hernandez is one thing. He's not losing to Kyle Dawkins. Remember, people were picking Michel Pereira to beat Anthony Hernandez. All right. He was on a tear in the middleweight division before that fight. He should win this. Let's get on to the next one. Rong Zhu versus Austin Hubbard. I'm picking Rong Zhu. Rong Zhu had a really impressive performance against Cody Steele. It was kind of a war, but Cody Steele had a lot of hype going into that, known for his knockout power, and Rong Zhu just sort of out-dogged him, out-volumed him, out-techniqued him. I really like Rong Zhu's style. Austin Hubbard, he's a bit of a tricky customer. Of course, he's from one of those weird seasons of Tough. I think it was like that McGregor-Chandler season of Tough. He's had a lot of fights since then, but again, nothing that impressive from Austin Hubbard. That's the difference here. I feel like Rong Zhu, super tough, durable. I think you're going to need to hit a little harder than Austin mediocre power Hubbard. And there's just nothing that Austin Hubbard does that's that great, that stands out the board that much, stands off the board. I mean, maybe he can pull out some takedowns, but ultimately I see Rong Zhu knocking them out. I see Rong Zhu just being faster, grittier, hitting harder. I think he's going to win this fight by KO. Austin Hubbard, he's going to take out the fighters that have the UFC octagon jitters, making their debuts that aren't that good. But I can't pick him to win this. Or he's going to take out old, withered UFC vets. But that is not Rong Zhu. So I'm going with Rong Zhu by KO. This is an interesting fight. Charles Johnson versus Loner Kavanaugh. I'm going with Charles Johnson. All right. I think that Loner Kavanaugh is really good, and I think he is very well-rounded. He's fast on the feet, although, let's be honest, he's not super dangerous on the feet. He hasn't really shown me anything that makes me think like, oh, no, I'm kind of worried for his opponents, although he is fast. To be honest, his grappling is pretty good. His ground and pound is good. He's very well-rounded, promising prospect, but I think this is a bit too much too soon. Charles Johnson beating it at Joshua Van. I think this is a very similar matchup. Great cardio, reach advantage, range advantage. He has the output. He has the speed, has decent grappling defense. And I just don't think that Loner Kavanaugh goes out there and totally outgrapples Charles Johnson, the vet, easily for 3 rounds, which is kind of what I think he needs to do. Like, sure, he can have some success on the feet, but I think Charles Johnson is going to sun him a bit on the feet. I think that, again, this is a little bit too much too soon. Charles Johnson, he's a bit of an unassuming guy at the flyweight division, but he just does have that ability to fuck up these prospects when they're taking a big leap up in competition. So, yeah, I mean, let's think 3-inch height advantage, 3-inch reach advantage. He's got a leg reach advantage. He's got every advantage physically that you could think of pretty much. He's got the experience advantage. And if Loner Kavanaugh loses this one, I don't think that speaks to him being a fraud, by the way. I just think it's, again, a little bit too much too soon. I think he can improve. I think this is the kind of fight where he could take a loss and he can learn from it. And this is not going to change my opinion of him. But I do think Charles Johnson wins this experience. I think it's going to be, for the most part, a striking battle. And I just don't think Loner Kavanaugh's grappling is dominant enough for me to pick him to win this fight by, again, like wrestling for 3 rounds. So let's get on to Maheshate versus Gao Jiang. Gao Jiang made his UFC debut. Who was it against? It was against that the guy that sort of has like a very kick-heavy style. I forget his name. To be honest, he didn't look that good in his UFC debut. He didn't look that great. I'm going to go with Maheshate, dude. Maheshate, man, he's got the freaking aura of having been in a war, man. I'm going with Maheshate, man. Let's get on to the next one. Let's get on to the next one. Let's just try to move past that one. Let's just try to move past that one as fast as possible. All right. Yeah, let's just forget about that. Tai Lake Naraji versus Kiefer Crosby. This is interesting. Kiefer Crosby, he's rocking the frog physique, pulling up the shorts looking like DC, versus Tai Lake Naraji, who is a pretty big favorite, minus 425 over Kiefer Crosby. Kiefer Crosby, I think he's honestly a decent underdog pick. I mean, he's only lost to really solid fighters. He lost to Sam Patterson. He lost to Kevin Jusay. I'm going to go with Kiefer Crosby. I have to pick him to win this. I think that these odds, they're picking against Kiefer because he's lost to really good fighters, but I do not think that Naraji is on the same level as Kevin Jusay. I don't think he's on the same level as... I do think he's on the same level as what's his name? Forget the guy's name. Sam Patterson. Sam Patterson. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Kiefer Crosby. I'm picking him by gritty man's toughness. All right. Let's get on to Sudameri versus Kevin Borjas. I'm picking Kevin Borjas. I'm sorry, Sudameri. I think of him getting fucking absolutely destroyed after doing some good work early on against Matt Schnell. Okay. But like Sudameri doesn't actually look that great in his fights. He's got a very mediocre game, and I like Kevin Borjas' power. I like his speed. In hindsight, him kind of hanging in there a bit against Joshua Van is kind of a good look. I know he got hit with like 500 body strikes against Joshua Van. Joshua Van broke like a record for total strikes to the body, significant strikes to the body, I think, in a 3-rounder at least in that fight. But Kevin Borjas dropped Joshua Van. I like his power. Sudameri, he's a bit chinny. I'm going to go with Kevin Borjas to win this. All right. And we get on to the big fights. Sergey Pavlovich versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. I kind of want to have a Hail Mary pick on this one, guys. Sergey Pavlovich should win this if he goes in there fighting like he did against Derek Lewis and Curtis Blades. But in hindsight, man, Curtis Blades is not that good. I know Sergey Pavlovich chinned him, but dude, after seeing Curtis Blades fight Rizvan Kuniev and looking very mid, and I think Rizvan should have won that fight, Waldo Cortez Acosta beating Sergey Spivak by decision, doing all right in the grappling in that fight, knocking out former light heavyweight Ryan Spann. I think if this goes the distance, Waldo Cortez Acosta wins. And I'm very worried for Sergey Pavlovich because he really looked timid in his last fight against Jairzinho Rozenstruik. And there were a lot of questions about how he was going to hold up after that brutal KO loss to Tom Aspinall. And his fight immediately after against Volkov, he looked terrible. Now, to be fair, part of that is because Volkov is an exceptional striker, and he's one of the best heavyweight strikers ever, and I think he's levels above Waldo Cortez Acosta. I think he would finish Waldo Cortez Acosta. But after that, Sergey Pavlovich literally just looked like a shell of his former self, like a husk. Right? Against Volkov, I think he just got outskilled. Got frustrated, got outskilled. I don't think that's him looking like a husk, him not being confident. In his last outing, and I understand Rozenstruik, very powerful. You got to respect his power, but like, I don't know, man. The Sergey Pavlovich that fought Derek Lewis, the Sergey Pavlovich that went in there against Curtis Blades, the guy that knocked out, what's his name, Tai Tuivasa, I feel like he easily bulldozes Jairzinho Rozenstruik. And we saw Sergey Pavlovich have like an ole, ole, ole fest where he even shot a takedown in the 3rd round. And I know some people are going to say, well, he showed some other chinks to his game. You know, he has got another tool in his tool bag. I don't know. I looked at that fight as like a fucking defeat. almost. Even though he won, it was a big nothing fight. And Waldo Cortez Acosta, he's just so unassuming. He's faster than everyone expects him to be. He's got good footwork. Even though he doesn't have one-hitter-quitter power and he can't slug with Sergey Pavlovich, he's slick. He's athletic. I mean, you don't make it to – he didn't make it to the majors, but you don't make it to professional baseball level unless you're an athlete. And we see with his leg kicks, with his footwork, with his speed, he's athletic for the heavyweight division. He's not super dangerous. He's not big, but I don't know. I could just see Sergey Pavlovich going in there and being like super patient like he was against Rosenstrike. Maybe his coaches told him, no, that was really good. We got to be patient from now on. And now he's just going to come out patient, and he thinks that that's like higher level because it's if you're doing less, you're doing more, right? You know, I don't know, boring fights equal more skilled, essentially. I could just see Waldo Cortez Acosta. If Sergey Pavlovich doesn't try to go out there and slug for the fences early, which is what he should do, because that's what makes him an effective fighter, and he's super tough, so he is able to get hit by your punch to land his own, and he's got a really long reach, and he can hit you before you hit him. And unless it's against a killer like Tom Aspinall, it's going to basically work every single time, unless you're like, Volkov level of skill, Tom Aspinall, whatever. Maybe gone. I don't think Sergey Pavlovich goes out there with his usual approach. I think he goes out there with a new approach. I'm going to pick Waldo Cortez Acosta. I know this is a Hail Mary pick. I know this is me trying to, I'm probably going to be wrong, but it would be cool to be right on this. It's just a vibe thing. I got to admit it. I am telling you that Sergey Pavlovich is capable of winning this, and if he fights and imposes his will like a madman early, I think he will win this. So I don't want to hear anyone coming back and clowning me, bro, really picked Waldo Cortez Acosta. Wow, bro. Like, I know Sergey Pavlovich can win this fight. I totally think he can. And I think if both guys impose their will, Sergey Pavlovich wins every time. But I don't know. I'm worried. And his last couple performances, he's looked timid. He's looked mentally defeated almost. And I don't think he's got that confidence anymore. Now, maybe he gains it back, and maybe now that he's not fighting a really, dangerous heavyweight, he's not going to give him any respect. But I'm going with Waldo. I'm going with the underdog. I am going to make the hot take. I am going to have that prediction. It's a Hail Mary. I'm hoping it sticks, but I think he's going to get it done. I think I could just totally see this being a frustrating fight where people are raging, I'm raging while watching it. And after the fight, we're all just like, wow, what happened to Sergey Pavlovich? Biggest fall off ever. And it may take one of these timid losses again for him to wake back up. And if you were to tell me a couple of years ago that I'd be picking Waldo Cortez Acosta to beat Sergey, I wouldn't believe you, but I am. I'm picking Waldo. I think his footwork is slick. I think he's fast. I think his output's there. And you know what? I think he can mix in the takedowns. We saw him do it to Rubelas to Spain, and I know that Sergey Pavlovich has improved his takedown defense, stuffed a couple of those plotty takedowns against Curtis Blades. But I think Waldo Cortez Acosta's got good volume, good speed, slick footwork for a heavyweight at least. I think that he will mix in the takedowns at the right times. I think he will shoot them when Sergey least expects them. And I think they'll be athletic. And I think that if I'm Waldo, if I'm his team, I'm looking at Sergey Pavlovich and I'm saying, man, we got to take this guy down. He's similar to Rubelas in the fact that he's super dangerous early and he can knock you out really quickly. Well, we got to shoot takedowns. And I've seen him do it before. I'm picking Waldo Cortez Acosta by being slicker on the feet, landing leg kicks, a whole lot of them, against Sergey Pavlovich's heavy boxing stance. And I think he's going to get himself a couple of takedowns. And nonetheless, don't be surprised if Sergey Pavlovich goes out there and brutally KOs him. I want Sergey Pavlovich to win. Okay, I'm rooting for Pavlovich. I want him to get the KO. I don't know. Something tells me we're all going to be disappointed, and I have to go with my gut feeling on this one. All right? Again, I know he's capable of winning, but I got to go with my gut feeling. I genuinely think that when it's all said and done this weekend, Sergey Pavlovich will be on a 3-fight losing skid. All right, let's get on to the next one. pains me to make that prediction, but I gotta trust my gut, guys. Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. This is easy. I'm going with Aljamain Sterling. All right. Listen, I can't pick Brian Ortega to out grapple and submit someone that isn't like sort of a victim on the ground in a way. Like he did it to Yair Rodriguez. He's not doing it to Aljamain Sterling. Part of that is because Brian Ortega doesn't have a very explosive, strong man's grappling game. He's sort of got that latch onto a submission, but that's kind of it. And sure, he's kind of underrated in getting you down and working from point A to point B. I think his takedowns are actually kind of underrated, but against a strong, fast, former bantamweight, skilled, former champ Aljamain Sterling, I don't think he's going to be able to take him down, work from point A to point B. And I don't think he's going to have the strength, the physicality, the athleticism to win the scrambles either. I saw Aljamain Sterling take down Movsar Evloev with slick, speedy Gonzalez takedowns. I saw Aljamain Sterling scramble with the bigger, stronger, athletic grappler in Movsar Evloev. And I know Ortega's skilled with his submissions, but I think Aljamain Sterling is crafty enough not to get submitted. I think his wrestling game is good enough to win the scrambles and be able to be safe in the grappling by getting dominant position and wounding up in positions where he's not at risk and harm's way. And I think Aljamain Sterling is going to win this 5-rounder, by the way, which is kind of crazy. Aljamain's not happy about that. He was saying, why are we doing this? We're getting paid the same amount for this 5-rounder as we would for a 3-rounder. I mean, if we're getting paid the same amount, like why? He's alluded to maybe Ortega wanting this because maybe he thinks he has a big cardio advantage. But either way, Aljamain's got a good gas tank. And I also think his striking is actually underrated. I think Aljo's striking, again, he's constantly being sort of discredited for his striking because he's fighting guys that are amazing strikers. Okay, now obviously that's not been a factor in his last couple of fights because there's been like basically 90% grappling. But people say Aljo's striking is shit because of the guys he's fought. Peter Yan, Sean O'Malley. Aljamain Sterling has consistently fought like the best strikers. This guy outstruck Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo is a predominant striker in MMA. That is what got Henry Cejudo a UFC championship win. Multiple of them. His striking. Aljamain Sterling outstruck Henry Cejudo to win a title fight. I guarantee you he's going to be just fine in this when it comes to the striking. I think he's going to have a speed advantage. He's got the funky, crafty game. He can do a lot on the feet. Again, there's not like a specific rhythm, and that's why he's kind of decent on the feet because he just throws things out there. But because he's fast, because he's got a pretty good kicking game, he can mix it up pretty well, keep you out at range. He can bide time on the feet while outlanding you. So I think we see a lot of kicks from Aljo. I think we see some crafty elbows against Brian Ortega. And again, ultimately, Ortega, he's just had a ton of injuries throughout his career. You look at his physique, he sort of looks like a bag of milk. Aljamain Sterling, even though he's getting up there in age, it's like, you know, he's still very strong. He obviously takes his career. I'm not saying Ortega doesn't take his career serious, but he just doesn't look like a great athlete. Aljamain Sterling is shredded. First fight at featherweight, he looked a little bit bloated. He looks shredded. Okay? And if he's strong enough to out-scramble Evloev in moments, he's going to dominate in moments on the ground against Ortega. So I think Ortega is a great grappler. I'm really looking forward to seeing the grappling exchanges. I think Ortega could get a submission. It's possible. But I think that Aljamain Sterling is one of the best grapplers in the UFC. And this is the rare case where I'm going to say Ortega doesn't have a grappling advantage. Okay? This is the rare case. I think Ortega is more dangerous on the ground, but I think Aljo, his wrestling is better. And I think the wrestling advantage is big in this one when it comes to two grapplers because Aljo, he's not just a wrestler. He's also great jiu-jitsu. So if you have great jiu-jitsu as well, but you're also the much better wrestler, I think you win the grappling exchanges. Okay, because I think you get in the dominant positions where you're more safe. And again, the striking, Ortega, he's capable of landing a couple of big shots upstairs. Of course, he's not going to get KO'd by Aljo. Aljo's got pillow hands. He's got pillow kicks. Maybe Ortega, because he doesn't have to respect the power coming back in his direction, is sort of not going to give Aljo any respect. But I think Ortega's a little bit too flat-footed, a little bit too plotty for me to expect Aljo to just allow Ortega to sort of tee off on him and get his rhythm going with the boxing. I think that by the time Ortega starts feeling comfortable in exchanges, that's when Aljo level changes. That's when Aljo will mix it up. And ultimately, Aljo's just better at mixing it up. He's so good at mixing in the striking, the kicks with the elbows in close quarters, ducking underneath punches to get to takedowns, getting the body lock up against the fence. I think Aljo is the better fighter. Lighter man skill, former champion, caliber, well-rounded, underrated on the feet. Not dangerous on the feet, but good enough to make things happen with a speed advantage and a kicking game. Ortega doesn't have a kicking game. He kind of does, but not really. So I'm going with Aljo. I'm going to pick Aljamain Sterling by a 49-46. I think this is going to be pretty dominant. Maybe Ortega wins a round, getting some moments on the ground. I feel like at some point Ortega will win an exchange and get in a dominant position and threaten submissions, maybe gets close to one, but Aljo survives. That's the way I see him winning a round, or maybe he wins a round off damage, maybe in like the fourth, right? Something like that. Ortega's always doing pretty well towards the end of a fight, but I think Aljo's just better, just more skilled, so I have to pick him. I think he's better on the feet, and I think he's better on the ground. Also, Ortega's just declined a little bit. I know he beat Yair, and that was a pretty good win, but again, that's like the perfect stylistic matchup for him for if he gets someone down. But against these super well-rounded former championship have to pick against him. So let's get on to Johnny Walker versus Zhang Ming Yang. I just got to go with Walker, man. I just have to pick Walker. I just have a feeling he gets this one done by flying knee. First round, you know he can knock out an elephant lab. I'm joking. Zhang Ming Yang is going to knock.
Pull up in that fence and jump out blowing with my damn. And all that does a munchie, he got caught and now his line to go. He's down on you, they sliding on. He was my first, my man ain't on. Just look at my watch, my time is showing. You can cut to the trap, can't cut to my home. Like bitch, pick up, I'm calling your phone. I'm tired of hoes, he's on that phone. She fucking on bro, we class alone. Head tap on the tail, got head in the door. I'm deep in the soul, she feeling the bone. It's towards the yummy, you know that just porn. The odds so broke, they wouldn't be long. They out from the dad, and it's not gonna be long. They out from the dad, just go ahead and dead. We pulling they block, we knock up fast. Lil' Chad got blue, I wish I ain't met. We finna go slack if it's up to your kid. Lil' man, you know you next on the list. We finna go spin, show you how to play. Got best, they keep bad with Ted. Your design a different fit. I'm up out fresh, I got on red. They not outside, we take a pic. Come out, come out, come out. Pull up in that fence and jump out blowing with my damn zone. And all that does a munchie, he got caught and now his line to go. He's down on you, they sliding on. He was my first, my man ain't on. Just look at my watch, my time is showing. You can cut to the trap, can't cut to my home. Like bitch, pick up, I'm calling your phone. I'm tired of hoes, he's on that phone. She fucking on bro, we class alone. Head tap on the tail, got head in the door. I'm deep in the soul, she feeling the bone. It's towards the yummy, you know that just porn. The odds so broke, they wouldn't be long. They out from the dad, and it's not gonna be long. They out from the dad, just go ahead and dead. We pulling they block, we knock up fast. Lil' Chad got blue, I wish I ain't met. We finna go slack if it's up to your kid. Lil' man, you know you next on the list. We finna go spin, show you how to play. Got best, they keep bad with Ted. Your design a different fit. I'm up out fresh, I got on red. They not outside, we take a pic. Come out, come out, come out. Pull up in that fence and jump out blowing with my damn zone. And all that does a munchie, he got caught and now his line to go. He's down on you, they sliding on. He was my first, my man ain't on. Ass niggas tried to play while I was on the phone, they heard the switch. How you walk, but you ain't even top truck on your ass a bitch. But take on the side, he saw me beat the rat, I ain't the stretch. I saw him hit the ground, his body overlocked. I know he hit, watch this. Pulling the none of your bitch, ain't even know who my close to the kid. Listen to you, watch to give him the kiss of your crap full of hoes, they ain't get off the city. Your ass from the dad, better get off the dick. I be hooping with do it. He sent me a pic, just listen. I hate his ass writing the shit on my best, coming bad, she over the thick. Go, I didn't even know I'm to go. Be more to say, watch you go through his phone. I'm double time, better tell him get low, that dumb nigga trying my brother to go. She riding the way, so I'm rocking the bow, wanna ride on the dick. but I just want to throw on the troll and that, put his face on the post. I hop out the back of his ass to the post. Fell in the knee with his hand in the LA sand, the pill, and they thought that day I was done. I smoke shit like gold, still I say the truth and do my dad, bro. Got the zoo feel like a bell. You try seeing if it's me all black and ski, that's what I wear. Bitch, say what you don't like, I'ma look at you like, do I care? Swing this breath from side to side when they in crowd, I don't play foul. We get that low, you know we down. We got T, just tell me why. And all I want to hear is dance, so don't say shit I don't want to hear. Bitch, brand new switch, I put the breast on the back, you need to install, come on. Brand new 50, now I'm up in the house when you get that call, come on. Use your head and don't use no hand when I'm your dog, come on. Niggas and bitch can get it, you get up, bitch, and grab that ball, come on.
Let's go! 2 months till the first full night of games. We're doing a countdown right now. I've got 42 days till Lakers basketball. I'm counting down till preseason right now because I can't wait. But 2 months till the first night of NBA games. We love it. Can't wait. More than ready for the NBA to come back. If you're joining us from YouTube, from X, we're happy to see you here. We're going to be taking your questions and comments as we go through the show. Keith, you know what? I got to say, aside from having to fight with my computer a bit today, I'm having a pretty good day, but I'm not having as good of a day as Malik Beasley is right now.
Yeah, he is. He's doing well. Before we jump in, I love it. The music always makes me want to play some classic Mega Man. That's what we call it. We call it the Mega Man music.
So the music is just in YouTube's music library. Yeah. And so I was watching a video with my wife the other day. We watch a lot of travel videos. So we were watching a travel video, and somebody used it as the background music. I went, hey, that's the front office show. That should be allowed.
Yeah, come on now. That's a weird, it's a little too much for like a travel.
Yeah.
Like I would need to see the people running around getting ready to.
That's why it was so noticeable.
Who does Mega Man fight? Is it Dr. Robotnik?
Dr. Wily, I think. Is that right?
Is Dr. Robotnik? Is that?
Oh, Robotnik. Yeah, that's it.
Or no, that might be
Sonic
the Hedgehog. I don't know.
I think it's Dr. Wily.
Yeah, you might be right with that. And I like that game. That game was one of the ones where too, like you got all the other Mega Man guys' powers as you beat them, which was always pretty cool.
It was. I just remember that game being frustratingly hard, though not as depending on the level that you started with, though not as hard as I don't know if you remember the original Nintendo.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Yes,
especially the swimming level.
It was so hard.
Yeah.
I would get shocked all the time trying to swim.
Yeah, forget that. Throw that one.
I'll never. One time, this was like peak '80s. I made it to what was it called? Was it the Technodome or something like that? I made it through that end level. I made it there. I paused the game, ran next door, pounded on my neighbor's door to tell my friend he wasn't home, and that was back in the day where you couldn't text anybody. I couldn't screenshot anything, and I went, okay, I guess I just got to play it. And I died immediately, and so I had no proof that I actually made it that far.
One of my good friends is one of the only people I know who beat Mike Tyson Punch Out without any of the cheats. He had to beat that with that. So yeah,
that's a claim to fame.
Yeah, it was big time in our neighborhood. But yeah, thanks for recognizing the Mega Man music. We appreciate it
for sure.
Yeah, Malik Beasley.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know the right way. I guess just no longer under investigation. So hopefully that removes any barriers for him to sign with a team now. I tweeted a little bit about it this morning. Pistons can pay him $7.2 million. They don't have any ability to pay him more than that. They only have his non-bird rights. They don't have any kind of exceptions or anything like that. That works out to almost $31 million over a 4-year deal if he wanted to go that route. My guess, he would probably do a 1-year deal or maybe like 1+1, because I don't know that he necessarily wants to lock in for $7 to $8 million a year. With that, there's only a handful. There you go. Look at this guy. He's all over. Only a handful of teams can offer him more than that. A couple people asked, like, why is like Miami has their full non-tax, but 7.3 is what they're under the first apron, and they get hard capped. So that's how much they can use with that. So those are the teams that right now, without doing anything else, can be an offer for Beasley. There's other teams that could, if they wanted a salary dump a guy somewhere or whatever, could do something. But it's somewhat limited market, but not the worst thing in the world for him. There's some decent teams in there, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Pistons stay involved as well.
Yeah, the Pistons can get into the mix, can certainly offer him that $7-ish million, a little bit more than that. If you're Malik Beasley, I wonder what are you factoring here? Are you trying to look for a team that can contend? Are you trying to look, because I think the preference would have been to stay with Detroit. There were reports from ESPN that he was going to get a 3-year, $42 million deal from Detroit. So maybe he ultimately just stays with Detroit. What would do you just take like the most the Pistons could offer you for 1 year, but they already kind of replaced you with Duncan Robinson? They went and signed that deal. This is all a mess. So where should Malik Beasley's priorities lie at this point? And we'll talk about what this could mean for him too, because he was certainly damaged by this. He had a contract that he would have just signed had this not happened.
Yeah.
But where should his priorities lie first and foremost? Should it be getting to a contending team? Should it be just can Detroit contend? Is there a role there for him? How do you weigh the possibilities here for Malik Beasley?
And we did get a super chat about what he can do, so we will get to that too. So just hang tight on that. Immediately, I think take Brooklyn out. That's not how they're going to spend their cap space. They've already got a full roster. They don't need another guard. It's not a real great fit for him anyway. I would take the Wizards out. Even though the Wizards did get Valanciunas last year, Beasley's not as clean of a fit as Valanciunas was a year ago. So let's take them out of the mix. OKC.
Bro, I already played the Instagram jump. I play all this. He's right here. This bitch still playing.
They'd have to cut somebody, so I'm going to take them out of the mix. Chicago doesn't really make sense. They only have one open roster spot. That's presumably earmarked for Josh Giddey. Miami, Sacramento, they can't really pay much more than Detroit can. Charlotte doesn't really make sense. So, I start there. There it is. I basically eliminated the entire list of teams that can straight out sign him, minus Indiana. But Indiana's barely under the tax line, and they're not going into the tax.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think it's going to make sense for him to go back to Detroit, unless a team that we're not seeing right now makes some moves to clear cap space and go get him. But there were things that have come out, and they came up before this, that the Pistons had stayed in touch with him and stayed engaged. They didn't cut him off and treat him like, hey, completely damaged goods. It was more like, we can't sign you right now, and everybody seemed to kind of understand it and get it.
Right.
So I think we're just in a spot where he hangs out for a little bit now, and we'll see where it lands. But if you're the Pistons, it doesn't make a ton of sense. Like you said, you went out and got Duncan Robinson. You have Jaden Ivey coming back.
Yeah.
But it doesn't not make sense either.
Player.
Why not get another productive guy?
He was 7th at the NBA in 3-point attempts per game last season, and shot at a 42, 41 and change for 42%. We want to round up. So, he's a quality player. I believe that right now. I don't think this is a hot take in terms of the actually available players. And I'm not talking about the guys that are already earmarked to go to Golden State, not talking about the restricted free agents. In terms of the players that are actually on the market, he shoots to the top of the list in terms of free agency, right? And it's a kind of an August surprise here where suddenly this guy that, you know, it was very much up in the air. We didn't know whether or not any team was really going to be, I don't want to say able, but willing to sign him. Sure. And suddenly there's this free agent that, you know, I don't think anybody was anticipating him being ready to go now. And that appears to be where we're at.
Yeah. And I've seen people throw out, like, why not a contender like the Knicks or the Lakers or the Clippers well, the challenge for all those teams is they can only offer them the minimum, and a couple of those teams right now can't even offer them that.
Right.
Because that would put them over their hard cap. So,
and that includes the Lakers, by the way.
Exactly.
Just the Lakers fans in here, the Lakers cannot offer him even a veteran minimum contract. They don't have, because they're hard capped at the first stage.
Yeah. Now, the Lakers could pretty easily get off a deal or two if they needed to offer Beasley a contract if that's the direction they wanted to go. But it would still be a minimum. They don't have anything more than that to credibly offer reasonably. And people have said, well, what about a sign and trade? Well, it's all the same issues. On hard caps, there's all these problems that come with that if you wanted to go that direction. So, you know, I wouldn't be shocked if it went where he landed with a contender we're not seeing right now. But I think given everything that has gone on, and as the question notes here, maybe missing out on a $342 million contract.
Yeah.
I don't think he's playing for the minimum if he can get more. I think he's going to try to at least for a year cash in. And it makes a lot of sense with like Detroit even. Just sign even a 1 year or 1+1 at 7.2. And then when you opt out, then they've got your early bird rights. That opens up a lot more. Now you can get back to the kind of money you missed out on before and you go that direction. As far as this question from the Pimpin' Nito King, I don't know what that is all about, but sure. Does Beasley have the grounds to take any course of action after losing out on a $342 million contract? I know the investigation wasn't conducted directly by the NBA, so not sure. I mean, I would assume him and his lawyers could look at the actual people involved with this getting out there and preventing him from signing, and could look at some damages filed that way, because very clearly this did keep him from signing a contract. But as far as like going after the NBA or NBA teams, I don't know that there's any real recourse, because this type of thing, or really anything where there's a question of is this guy going to be able to play or not, no one's going to sign them. Play different things, that's different. But like any kind of legal matter, teams they're going to stay away because they don't want to get caught up in anything like that. So I think it's in a spot where they are really just going to have to be a little cautious.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, Keith, it's unfortunate if the accusation really was just completely false and that was it, or whatever was happening, whether it was a full accusation or not. But unfortunate for Malik Beasley. Unfortunate for the Pistons. I mean, they went ahead and made other moves. Like Beasley lost out on a contract and all of that. But I would have to imagine there's still today. There's got to be some measure of relief for Malik Beasley. Okay, now I can sign with the team. Now I can move forward with my career and go on from here. Certainly been a trying time for him.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think we're just in a spot with with Malik Beasley where now your best thing here is obviously if you feel like, hey, we can go after some people and try to recoup lost wages, lost potential earnings or whatever. I have no thought on like why shouldn't you do that, but I think you want to go into a place where it is let's try to get into a spot where it is let's just move forward, right? What's done is done. You can take your legal action still, but as far as NBA and NBA teams go, just find the best spot for you and try to move forward as best you can.
All right, let's go here. Petition to shorten the offseason. I don't know if the players would agree to this, but I would agree to it.
Yeah, I can tell you 100% they would not.
They would not.
So, yeah. And there's all kinds of issues with that too. So.
Well, so I would be like, what if we talked about just lengthening the season, but not increasing the number of games?
Yeah, that would also be a no-go from the Players Association.
Even if that meant, I'm talking about add a couple of weeks and use that as a method to eliminate back-to-backs.
Nope. They would want something
rather have back-to-backs.
major back in return
Okay.
for that. Yeah, players want their summers off. Like
I don't blame them.
And I'll also say this: where do you add those weeks? Because we saw with the bubble, it doesn't work in the summertime. Like people are not looking for the NBA. That should have been in theory, should have been a ratings monster.
Yeah.
Because we were dying for professional sports at that point. Not probably great use of language.
I was gonna say.
But it's like we were jonesing for it. Let's put it that
way.
And we and just people weren't looking for NBA games in the middle of the summertime. And I get different environment, but still people were home and just didn't happen. And then they're not going to go any earlier. They already overlapped with the NFL more than they want to. And the NFL is continuing to creep further back into the NBA's world with this. And eventually, I think we know the NFL's probably going to add an 18th game. The NFL's been pretty clear they don't really want to start before Labor Day. I don't think they have a huge issue with pushing back deeper into February. So I don't think it's gonna be a thing. But ever that. Yeah. I mean, maybe you could squeeze out another couple days. Now what they might say is, great, shorten the preseason, which the NFL players had, some wins there with, all right, hey, if you're not adding total weeks, then just cut weeks off the preseason.
Do we really need 6-7 preseason games?
And all around, outside of baseball, which I get pitchers have to work themselves up to pitching, more than 20 pitches at a time. That takes time. It's I've heard multiple people and friends I have who work in baseball. They've been spring training is for pitchers. Batters would need 2.5 weeks. That's all they really need to kind of get in rhythm. But it's really for building up the arm strength in the starting pitchers and building up for relievers being able to throw 2, sometimes 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
Basketball players, even football players, this isn't right, I'm sure your dad and grandfathers told you same stories about how when I was a kid, they all had jobs too, right? They played football and they sold insurance or whatever. I've heard those stories 9 million times, and they're all true. Well, now if you're a professional basketball player, and very few guys show up to camp and it's well, they're going to lose 20 pounds because they came in way out of shape. Guys just don't do that anymore. So I think you could get into a spot where it's get this out of here and, get rid of a week or two of preseason. That's how you add it. I just don't know that they would, go for just adding total weeks to the season.
This comments that basketball players need to build up their calves so they stop tearing their Achilles. I don't know if you saw Gary Beatty, the former Lakers trainer, was on Byron Scott's podcast, but I've heard this before, anecdotally, but he presented a pretty good argument for what's happening in part is we're seeing. We're talking about building up players during the off season and stuff. It's that kids are now so specialized in their sports that what it used to be was you play basketball in the winter or whatever. You'd be playing football, you'd be playing baseball, you'd be playing soccer. And so without intentionally doing it, you are taking stress off of certain ligaments and everything like that during those offense, and you're training your body in different ways. And so you're strengthening muscles or areas of your body that you may not be strengthening just in, say, basketball training, because you're doing basketball training, then you're doing baseball training, you're doing football, you're doing soccer, you're doing, whatever. And so we're looking at why did players in the past not have the kind of injuries that we're seeing today. I think part of it is certainly the speed of the game. I think part of it is the quick twitch, the stop start, how much movement there is on the court. You can see it in the stats. You move a lot more in an NBA game today than you did even 10 years ago, drastically more movement on the court. So that's part of it. But also we're seeing guys that come up their whole time just doing basketball and not getting the kind of well-rounded training that you would get if you're jumping from sport to sport?
I think a big chunk of it is overuse too.
Yeah.
I think there's massive overuse from a very young age. We just get it very in a small where guys start doing basketball and basketball only, soccer only, baseball only. That's what's sold to you. Is that's how you get a college scholarship. That's where you need to be. Good friend of mine, his son he's wrapping up his high school days. He's going to play probably Division II, maybe low level Division I college basketball. But he was telling me they added it up last year in the calendar year, so 2024, because that was like a big gear up year for him on the AAU circuit. Between AAU and his high school team season, he played almost 200 total games.
Oh my God!
In the calendar year, because you go to the AAU tournaments and a lot of them are 6 to 8 games in the span of a weekend, over 2, 3, 4 days. At these tournaments,
you're talking about playing more than that's more than every other day you're playing.
Yep.
Good Lord!
And he plays in a tournament almost every single weekend, outside of when the high school season is going. Then you're with your high school team, but that's comparatively not all that long. Yeah, it's just unbelievable how much they're these guys are playing. And I mean, if you ever talk to an NBA trainer, NBA medical staff, they'll tell you, you get a guy the first time you get a look at their medicals. A lot of these guys look as when they come in, they look like they're already in their 30s when they're 19, 20, 21 for the way their ligaments and tendons look because they've already put that much damage on them. So we could I could literally spend hours on this, and there's all these other things about how just to detour very brief. It's August, whatever, right? The people in Europe think the way we do soccer in this country is insane because they're like, you play as much as you train,
right? And
they're like, that's crazy. You should be training 3, 4, 5 times as much as you play, and it's just not how we do it. It's just how it has been sold in the United States. You better pick a sport, pick it young, try to get as good as you can, put a whole bunch of time and effort into that sport. And maybe that'll pay off with a college scholarship, and that's what people are chasing, and it's just tough.
And it's if you're not, because if you don't do that, that kid over there is, and so that kid's going to be getting better at that sport than you are. You'd better stick with this one sport and specialize in it, and I think it does create some problems.
Yeah, without a doubt. We'll pull this up. Yeah. I have never heard anybody credible say it has anything to do with them not being high tops.
Yeah.
And it's, guys played in low tops for years. This is not a new thing. Look at guys played in the Chuck Taylor Converse, which literally have no support and they're completely flat. There's no arch to the shoe at all. And it's just, I don't think it's got anything to do with the shoes they play.
Is it the shoes?
It's got to be the shoes.
It's got to be the shoes. What is the NBA Jam? I know that's another video game reference here, but let's go here. Implications on the draft if expansion teams are added.
Yep. We can. So whenever we discuss anything with expansion, we can only go off what's been done in the past.
Exactly.
And here's exactly what the CBA says about expansion for the last. I think we're into 4 or maybe 5 CBAs now. It's see previous CBA. That's literally all it says. And
we've got this big CBA right that is just so in depth, right? And it is so verbose. And then it's like the equivalent of when your neighbor has this insane Christmas light display, and then the person next door just puts ditto with an arrow.
Yeah.
An arrow. That's the explanation on expansion. But in the past, it's been that the expansion teams for a certain amount of time are not eligible for X picks in the draft, right?
Yeah. So what they've done is they've done things like for the first 2-3 years, you cannot have higher than X pick, and it's whatever is negotiated and agreed upon. And what the big reason why they've kind of done that is for the early CBAs, it was we're not expanding, so we don't even need it's just let's check that off the list. We can just say see previous CBA because there's no discussion. I think in the last couple, it's been an understanding of if expansion happens and we are in the middle of a CBA, we're just going to sit down and completely discuss it, and we'll almost not. I'm not going to say start fresh, but it's going to be let's really look at what works for us now, what doesn't work for us now. Some of the things as far as this stuff too are they're covered under what's actually called the operations manual versus the CBA itself. But what we do know is they would add, because we're going to assume 2 teams, they would add 2 picks to the first round, 2 picks to the second round. It is in the operations manual that today, if it says his top 55 protected, everything would adjust accordingly as picks are added. So that might adjust top 57 protected or whatever. If you said, it's you're not going to have a team, well, that the 31st pick is now a first round pick, so they actually lose that pick. That's not that wouldn't be a thing. Everything would adjust accordingly. Then they do the draft how they've generally done it when there's been multiple teams, like when it was Toronto and Vancouver. They held a coin flip, and I apologize, I don't remember off the top of my head. Whoever won the coin flip, they got the choice. Do you want the higher pick in the NBA draft or in the expansion draft? And they took it in the NBA draft because that was seen as the expansion draft. You're not necessarily looking for franchise type guys in an expansion draft. So, but there'll be a lot of rules. I think that'll be looked at and adjusted and changed. It'll be really fun to track it when it all comes together.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that people are very interested in. We found since we've been doing this that people are very interested in how could conferences be realigned? What would who would be protected in an expansion draft? And so we will cover the hell out of this if and when expansion is coming.
Yes,
it is a lot. I mean, we can go team by team, and I believe they protected 8 in the past. Who were the 8 that we can protect? Who would be unprotected? Strategically, could they leave this person? And what I love, Keith, is the idea that teams could say, hey, we're going to leave this guy unprotected. If you pick him, we're going to give you a little something extra here. We're going to incentivize you to take this contract off of our books.
Or we had to leave a good player unprotected. Mm-hmm. We're going to give you a pick to take this not so good player off our books. Yeah, that happens in expansion drafts too. Some teams are a little more loaded than others are. So if anybody's really interested,
It's sports. It's sports, James.
I did on Yossi Goslin's podcast. We did a mock expansion draft. We had a lot of fun with it. We just went back and forth. I committed adultery and jumped on with Yossi. So.
I am hurt. Yeah. I just that's it. I'm out. I guess that's my heart is broken, Keith. My heart is broken.
We'll get past it, I think.
Somehow.
We'll see.
All right. To therapy we go. Let's see. What do the Lakers need to do to get Malik Beasley? Well, I mean, he would have to either be willing to sign for a veteran minimum, and even then they would have to shed salary in order to do it, or they'd have to execute a sign and trade that would involve salary going out to the Pistons. Those would be essentially the 2 paths to make. And neither one is likely, by the way. But those.
Yeah, I would say if you're already having to do a trade to get rid of salary, you would rather just rope it all into one thing because you're already hard capped at the first apron as the Lakers. So there's no further penalty for acquiring a player by a sign and trade. So I think you'd rope it all into one big transaction. Let's make it work. But I don't know that that's the best fit for him either. It is kind of a crowded backcourt. There's just a lot of guys who need minutes in that backcourt. And I'm not sure if I'm him, that's necessarily where I want to go. But I mean, definitely could. I would rule it out fully if there was the right, kind of thing came together. Sure. I mean, why not? And if you're a team, if you're a team that's like, all right, we'll eat Maxi Kleber's deal, but we're gonna get Dalton Connect out of this too. Maybe you jump in and kind of get Connect in the draft pick to help facilitate, sure, why not?
I do wonder, from the Lakers' perspective, if you're like Malik Beasley's a fine player, but I mean, from Beasley's perspective, the Lakers had him. They didn't pick up his option. Does he really want to go back to LA? I think that's a fair question. But then for the Lakers side, like, if let's say you would have to give Malik Beasley a year deal, you're going to sign it if you're going to.
And here's the other important thing.
They want to tie that up.
The Pistons can't, in a sign and trade, give him more than $7.2 million as starting because they'd be signing and trading him using his non-bird rights. So they can't he's
not
not.
Like you can give him $10 million or something.
Yeah, exactly. Even if the Lakers found a trade workable to start him at the $14 million, let's say he lost, in theory, doesn't matter. The Pistons can't do that because they can't sign him for more than 7.2 in a sign and trade because they only have his non-bird rights.
Yeah.
So it's just tough.
All right, let's go here. Can you explain why Keon Ellis is extension eligible now and not February 9th? Pretty sure it's 2 years from signing his standard contract, but saw you say otherwise.
I'd have to look at the dates. I don't know off the top of my head. We can go to another one while I do a little bit of research on that.
Here,
Welcome to Twilight Boulevard.
Needle, we have to get back to work. I like hoes, don't fuck with pills. You do that school, my bro, won't you? Drink down straight with no kind of juice. They say you me, so I'm on you. You don't like how I live, but it's cool. Don't chase, I know what switches do. Her skin bitch like her attitude. The baddest one about the groove. The grip buster to help your shoe. Big stand for growling and bamboo. We took a minute on me too. We'll take you to. Wanna love you, but I can't behave when I be apart from you. Missing you, don't know what to do. On my face, I got right. Need everything from kind of shoes. Remember them days in school. She's calling me on the run. Been out sunrise all the way to the sunset. She got past too much, my ball can't touch that. We call her like, where's his gun at? Taking the shot, he ain't wanna blow back. Swinging the drink, my weed can't match. Don't come out the cross, we kill your fast. You ain't gonna make it ass with the fat. We run the truth, they know who to call on. Run up time and give him the head start. Scramble his ears, he out his head on. The way that we did, they saying we did wrong. He's in the split, we know what we been on. Yelling too deep in the back of the wagon. He trying to shop, you know we gon' tax him. Me and my drinker, that dual dynamic. I'm with the mob, you know how we snap. Don't want the bitch trip out like I'm passive. Better not blow, we done no question. Me and BA blowing drill and rush. Got stepped on for doing that fuss. I'm trying to get better with rap, no cuss. I like hoes, don't fuck with pills. We do that school, my bro, won't you? Drink down straight with no kind of juice. They say you me, so I'm on you. You don't like how I live, but it's cool. Don't chase, I know what switches do. Her skin bitch like her attitude. The baddest one about the groove. Get a grip buster to help your shoe. Big stand for growling and bamboo. We took a minute on me too. We'll take you to. Wanna love you, but I can't behave when I be apart from you. Missing you, don't know what to do. On my face, I got right.
Here, I can do, let's go here. Can the Lakers do Gabe plus a second for Highsmith, and would Brooklyn do it? So could Brooklyn flip Haywood Highsmith at say sometime before the trade deadline and get a second round pick out of it? Potentially.
It's going to take more than that, though.
Yeah. What, a second round pick?
No, more than Gabe, because they'd be taking on more money.
You're taking on money, yeah.
For a player they have absolutely no use for because they have 100 point guards already.
Right. They would. You're taking on extra money there. Gabe Vincent's at $11.5 million. Highsmith's only at about 5.6 off the top of my head. So you're taking on significant salary there, and you're basically doubling your salary.
They said smoke with me, we gon' side again. And they said smoke with him. Come on, let's do it. I'm knowing these niggas be cap niggas don't want a problem. Man, it ain't no miscellaneous shoes. If you say smoke with a bitch, gon' solve it. I got some bad bitches wanna fuck cause I got rank, I don't know what to call this shit. She a little skank, give me up while I'm sipping on drinks. TRX, I'm a dog. That bitch was diving too high, can't think bad bitch. Say she mad at me, I can't recall what I did. Walking on the spot to take all of your shit. With a bitch in the coupe like it's following me. None of these niggas ain't fucking on me up and shit. They know we got the hardest shit. I be surprised when a pussy drop low on the loud. Why the fuck niggas think this shit take it? We got outside the cut and we flip shit. That my phone, we gotta look at it. We catching buckets, don't do no attempt shit. I gotta make Draco for a little bit. Do you miss the hood just a little bit? No, I'm bapping, I'm still in the hood with it. Catch a hat, they gon' pop for some little shit. Anyone ever got caught, they gon' hand it. Niggas don't get no get back, and still fuck all the racks. Last nigga got hit with a full stick. I got a switch on my lap right now, let a fun nigga play in this bitch, I'ma use it. Ain't no conversating, all these niggas playing, I've been doing shit I ain't used to. We catch him and slam, bro, move like a Haitian. We ain't get this shit off the roof. Niggas don't get no get back, and still fuck all the racks. Last nigga got hit with a pool stick. I got a switch on my lap right now, let a fun nigga play in this bitch, I'ma use it. Ain't no conversating, all these niggas playing, I've been doing shit I ain't used to. We catch him and slam, bro, move like a Haitian. We ain't get this shit off the roof.
And just for a second round pick may not be enough, unless they feel like they can then flip Gabe Vincent and turn him into something else. But I do think Haywood Highsmith, his skill set is going to be more in demand around the NBA than, say, a Gabe Vincent and at half the money. So, yeah, it'll probably take more than a second round pick to do it, although they did absorb Highsmith's contract for just 1 second, but still. Could they? Could the Lakers, in theory? Sure. In theory, they could, but I don't think Brooklyn would do that. If I'm Brooklyn, I'm hanging on to Highsmith, letting him get healthy, and then somewhere around the trade deadline, I'm looking to see if there's anybody that really needs a wing and see if I can extract some type of more significant asset for him, if I can.
Yep. Yeah, 100% with that. With Keon Ellis, I don't remember saying it was right now, and if I did, I probably misspoke, but I do think it is two. I think it's February 9th.
Okay.
I'll do more research.
Gang. Who got the best out of my top two hoes? I think they neck and neck. You had a chance to blow your block, you froze, now you got less respect. He had to pay with his life for this, won't be it's time to collect his debt. I wonder who next to check. My team really play ball, left shit straight. Throw shots out the Chris back, Hoppy then walk down, get his ass to rest. My squad ain't switched yet, if you don't see him around, his ass a wreck. Say keep trying to call me, phone on D&D with a bunch of ass attacks. So many I crossed, giving me last, believe made me care less and less. TCG one trait, drop the ops forever, we drop the brakes. Show niggas we don't play. GMM in a high hand blocks with Drake, score like a fast break. Dump on the nigga, he come block the pain, raising the crime rate, locked in with all the killers, bitch on my face. I don't give a fuck if he Muslim fast, and I still give him some hot to take. I was hanging with hoodlums, just surviving, getting so I couldn't concentrate. G23 on me when I'm sliding, nigga, I feel like LeBron today. If Torch catch me up, then I'm silent, nigga, I ain't trying to conversate. Who got the best out of my top two hoes? I think they neck and neck. You had a chance to blow your block, you froze, now you got less respect. He had to pay with his life for this, won't be it's time to collect his debt. I wonder who next to check. My team really play ball, left shit straight. Throw shots out the Chris back, Hoppy then walk down, get his ass to rest. My squad ain't switched yet, if you don't see him around, his ass a wreck. Say keep trying to call me, phone on D&D with a bunch of ass attacks. So many I crossed, giving me last, believe made me care less and less.
Research on it and try to figure it out for sure. If I remember, I'll correct.
And Kings don't trade Keon Ellis. I'm not expecting them to, but do not trade Keon. You know what? Let's talk about that real quick, Keith, with the Kings, because there's a lot of kind of, the Kings are being the Kangs again with their reported desire to trade Malik Monk and then sign Russell Westbrook. And a lot of why would you trade Malik Monk in order to sign Russell Westbrook? I think in that, though, I would rather have Malik Monk than Russell Westbrook, to be clear. I'd rather have the younger player than Russ. But if we're talking about, we're not comparing apples to apples, really, because we're talking about Malik Monk with 3 years under contract, including a player option on the last year, and turning him into what I would assume would be a veteran minimum Russell Westbrook, probably 1 year deal. So there's a salary component to this that I think people are missing. Now, you can still argue, well, the Kings shouldn't make that swap or should or whatever, but it's not there's a lot of that initial shock just reacting to the headline and kind of clowning on the Kings. And I don't think that's offering really a truly well-rounded look at what that process would actually be. And plus, could you turn Malik Monk into something? Now, obviously, the fact that he's still a King right now probably says no. I mean, we'll see what they could ultimately find. But what if you could turn Malik Monk into something and still get Russell Westbrook? Right? It's not as simple as, oh, the Kings want to get rid of Malik Monk so they can sign Russell Westbrook. How dumb are they?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you are not doing that just to get Westbrook. Like, you would do that with the idea of that fills another roster hole, ideally a forward-sized player, and then how we get that player, and how we replace in the backcourt is by signing Westbrook. Yeah. No one's moving anybody just to be able to sign Russ, because also the Kings could just do it. They don't have to move anybody. They've got the ability to just give them a minimum contract right now.
Are they full on roster spots?
They might be, but so you waive Drew Eubanks or Doug McDermott. Like, you're not having to clear out a guy to give Russ a spot, or waive Terrence Davis, who's non-guaranteed.
Sure.
Right there it is. You could just do that if you wanted to. So I tend to think it's more of a, hey, we're interested if there's room later. Like, we'll do this, but for now, I think it's going to be. Now, I would argue I still wouldn't even do it if I was the Kings. Even if you took Monk or Ellis out of the mix, you still have Schroeder, whichever guy you keep, plus Devin Carter, and you have Sabonis, Levine, and DeRozan, who are all best with the ball in their hands. So I don't necessarily see the need for Westbrook.
I don't either. But then I think about this, like, where is the need for him? And I don't think he was particularly bad for the Denver Nuggets last year, but I'm starting to really wonder, like, is he on an NBA roster to start the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's interestingly enough, one of the places where I think he could still fit is back in Denver.
Yeah.
They did not sign up point, even with all the things they did. They didn't bring in a backup point guard. That seems like that spot's going to go to Jalen Pickett this year, and they're going to give him first crack at it and then figure it out if they need to as the season goes along. But yeah, there's not a lot of places as you look around that are like, yeah, there it is. There's the fit on a minimum deal for Russ. I don't hate the idea of the Kings doing this. There just isn't a spot that screams out like, yep, there's the team. That's the team that needs him. And what that could mean is he may be best then. I mean, we know he's going to stay in shape. He's always in really good shape. Let it play out a little bit then. See if a team suffers an injury where you can go and jump in and help. I mean, somebody always, unfortunately, goes down somewhere, and then jump in there and help that team out and maybe get more playing time.
Yeah, that may be ultimately where this goes. All right, let's go here. Should the Spurs extend Jeremy Sohan or trade him?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, I mean, really, the answer always with everything comes down to what's the cost.
Yep.
Right? If it's mid-level-ish, I'd probably get it done. If it starts to go much beyond that, I'd probably think about letting him go, because the question you have to start asking if you're the Spurs is, where are we fitting all these guys in around Wembanyama? Because just Wembanyama clearly is your guy, right? That's your franchise player. Now you have Fox and Vassell on long-term contracts. You have Castle and Harper on their rookie scale deals. All right, they can't all play together. A lot of those guys are true guards. So, how are we going to start fitting guys in? So in part, you'd be like, all right, well, Sohan can stay. But if, let's say Sohan's like, I need $20 million, $25 million to sign an extension, all of a sudden it's like, man, now we're locking up a lot of money into guys.
Yeah.
And would I rather have a little bit more flexibility moving forward? And I know they're super high on Carter Bryant. I think was a really good pick by them. And I think Carter Bryant defensively is ready right now to play. offensively.
He showed some things in summer league.
Yeah, offensively he's got some work to do,
yeah,
for sure. But I think he can be really in a spot where he can be helpful, and that's where then you got to start to question with this. Because the other thing with Sohan, as fun of a player as he is, he's just not very good off the ball. And now you've got a lot of on-ball guys now, or guys who need the ball a lot. So it just starts to get to be a little bit messy. Again, if it's mid-level or under, yeah, get it done and keep them in the fold and figure it out long term.
Right.
But if it gets much more than that, I probably let it. I probably delay it and let the restricted market play out.
Yeah, and I mean we've seen the way the restricted market has played out for the Fantastic Four this year with Kuminga and Giddey and all those guys. So if you're a team, you're looking at the restricted market and saying, yeah, I mean maybe it's not a fun spot to be in, but we're not at risk of losing him for nothing, right? I mean, he'll be restricted. Pretty good chance that's not going to play out in a favorable way for him, for the player. And so it's not like this is we have to extend him right now or we lose him for nothing. That's not the way this is likely to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just got to be. If you're San Antonio now, you're in a spot where you need to start being careful. You can't just pay everybody. Like you have to start making real decisions because otherwise, all of a sudden, what you're going to do is you're going to be, and we can't maximize the roster around Wembanyama because we paid everybody else, and you only have 2 more years of him on the rookie scale.
Yeah, if you limit your flexibility moving forward, you can very quickly create a ceiling for yourself as a team, right? But you lock in all these contracts, and especially in today's NBA with the collective bargaining agreement that we've got, if you wind up signing what becomes seen as a bad contract, you lock into a player, maybe give them a little bit more than you should, it can be very punitive and very difficult to move off of that contract. So teams have got to be careful. And I think, Keith, we've seen teams kind of adjust to the new environment of this collective bargaining agreement. I think we're seeing teams really adjust and start to become a lot more cautious with the deals that they're giving out. We're seeing, look at the Duncan Robinson contract with the Detroit Pistons, where you've got, the non-guaranteed money. We're starting to see a lot more deals that are structured like that. Now, part of that might be this off season where there wasn't a lot of top end talent out there and not a lot of money to spend, the market environment being what it was, but still we're seeing teams that are being much more cautious and careful with their future planning. And I think that will include what the Spurs do here with Jeremy Sohan.
I even look at the 4 big restricted guys still out there. Like they haven't moved because the teams are not just, all right, they're our guy, pay him whatever. Like that kind of for a while was a little bit of the thought process was, all right, if they're anywhere close to a 25% of the cap max, yeah, if we can get a little off the top, like the Desmond Bane one, but when he signed it with Memphis, we'll go slightly less than the max. Then yeah, and do it. But other than that, like let's not mess around. Let's keep our guy. And we've seen teams dig their heels in a little bit and be like, hold on. I don't know that I want to be fully locked in on all these things.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go here. Can the Lakers sign Austin Reeves to a 4-year, $120 million contract, but have his second year be significantly lower, like a 30, 20, 33, 37? Would any rules stop that?
Yeah, you can't. You can. It just can't be like this structure. It would be limited to going up or down by 8%.
Right.
Each year. So stay. You flipped over. I was gonna have you stay on the Spurs page, just because it's kind of a good example almost of how you can do this. Kevin Vassell.
Yeah, right there.
It's not the exact structure he's laying out, and I get why he is because you're trying to maximize cap space in 27. But it's like, well, I guess it would be kind of the same. But yeah, where you can see it's 27, 27, then it dips, then it goes back up. That's what it would look like.
Yeah.
Something in that range because you're talking almost the same kind of money.
Right. Yep.
Down by 8% or up by 8%.
All right, let's go here. Honest opinion, as a sports fan, would you rather watch NBA games on cable or have to go to a different streaming service? For the upcoming season, fans have to go to NBC, ABC, Prime, and Peacock to watch. Keith, I think this is the wrong question. I think the real question for the NBA, from the NBA's perspective, is not would you rather, it's will they? Will they go to different streaming services or not? It may not be what the fans want to do, but will they? Because it is certainly a lucrative model that they're going to here, and that's the reason for it. They're being paid for doing this. So will fans go to these different portals essentially in order to watch the games? And I think that the belief from the NBA is yes. Now, from a fan perspective, I've talked about this forever. I want a utopia of basketball where it's all just in one place and I can see all the games and I don't have to mess around with any kind of blackouts or anything like that. And if I have to pay for that, I will pay for that. But I want it all in one spot. I don't want to have to jump around all these different places. But will I? Yes, I will. Now, I am in the whatever percentage of diehard fans. Obviously, I do this for a living, so I'm a different category than like, will the casual fan do that? But that is something that the NBA clearly believes they will do.
Yeah, I mean, I'll answer JJ's question. Yeah, I'd rather have it be as easy as possible. We clearly know games that are on NBC, ABC, ESPN. Those will not be on League Pass. That's no different than it was previous with TNT and ESPN as the partners. The question is, if you are elite, games that are on Prime and Peacock only, they're not like supplement. Like the Peacock, some of the games are on NBC and Peacock. Which is all right, if you just stream, you get it. But if it is an exclusive to that, I don't think they're going to show up on your League Pass channels or your League Pass app or whatever. I think it's going to be exclusive to that. Like, for example, it drives me. Well, it did, and now it's changed. I think if people know this now, I have DirecTV, and I have the MLB Extra Innings pack. Well, one day a week, the Yankees play on Apple TV, which I have Apple TV, but it's just a pain because then it's like they launch it and all that. Well, this year, and it was not this way last year, as far as I know, those games are part of the Extra Innings package too. Like I can just load them up like I do normally, and get them. So one thing that has been confirmed to me, if you're in a local market, it's not a local market like Denver, which was dealing with local TV issues forever and a day. But if it's available, and you can just get it locally, you will get it locally. Like you're not going to have to then fire up an app to go find it or whatever. So I just think it's going to be, it's just going to be new, right? Like we're just going to have to kind of adjust to this and figure it out. But yeah, I'm not super psyched to on a League Pass night have to then also have a streaming app open as well. And I've already said I'm on a second screen those games, and then I'll flip around League Pass on the TV like I normally.
That's the thing. It's the people that are jumping from game to game where it's tough because then you're closing out an app, opening up a different one, right? And that was the nice thing with when we were under the cable model and you were just watching all these out-of-market games on League Pass. It's very easy just to flip channels, right? But if you're flipping apps, that's a more difficult experience. So, that said,
we'll see.
I am curious because it is a lot, but I also know, like in the NFL season, it didn't take long for me to get into the habit of, it's Thursday, okay, it's on Amazon Prime.
But it's only one game, right?
But it's only one game, and that's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, is that going to carry over here to the NBA because it's got now we're looking at each day of the week is a different service, and I wonder if that will become habit as we saw with the NFL, or if it is too intricate, too complicated for that to happen. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, all I'll say is we all collectively need to have patience and figure this out. There's part of me that is still like, I still think it's absolutely amazing that as someone who watches every Celtics game, that I can watch them in Orlando, Florida. Like, because when I was a kid, for most of my life, you got whatever was on, plus your local team, and that was it. And then my dad is like, we're kind of bringing up the old folks here in this episode a couple of times, but it was like you just got whatever was on, right? Like not even every Celtics game was on TV when he was a kid. Like just didn't work out that way. So yeah, it's just kind of interesting. With that, a couple more questions because they're kind of in line. Thoughts on WWE moving pay-per-views to ESPN. I didn't even know this was a thing, but sure, I guess. I know they lost UFC, so my guess is that's they paid a bunch of money. And
they're not even pay-per-views anymore. They're called PLEs, premium live events, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, so now it's on ESPN. I saw something about it, but to be honest, I didn't dig far enough into it to know. All I know is like I got to watch SummerSlam just on, I think it was on, what was it on? Peacock? Something like that. Anyway, and I hadn't watched WWE in years. I remember the pay-per-view model from 20 years ago where you had to go and you had to buy it $45 or whatever to buy WrestleMania.
I was a kid, loved it. They were only like 4 each year. They were
Yeah.
WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series.
Yeah.
That was it. And then it started like, all right, we're going to add a couple more. It's like one every other month. And then it was like, all right, now there's 2 per month.
And now it's like.
And I don't watch wrestling anymore. Like,
right.
I just, I mean, hey, people like what they like. I'm not ripping on people who are super into wrestling. Like, hey, if that's what you like, good for you. Like, I have no issue with that. I mean, I like the Marvel movies, like So
I've watched a little bit recently. I showed my daughter, and she got really into it, into the WWE stuff. I haven't watched the last couple of weeks. I'm way behind because I've been watching other. I've frankly been getting ready for fantasy football drafts, but I was actually pretty impressed with the product now compared to what I remember it being like 20 plus years ago. The production values through the roof, and I know there's other, there's AEW and stuff, and they do. Some of the stuff these guys are pulling off, though, compared to what I was used to watching like 20 years ago, I'm like, oh my god, they're doing.
Yeah, I don't things. Like. There's like, if I can imagine how the conversation would go in my house if I was like, hey, I have another thing I want to get really into and watch all the time, and also spend money on. I'd be like, the cool thing is we'd be doing the show together in the same studio because I'd be living in your guest room at that point, and I'd be divorced and kicked out of the house. So it's there's times when it's usually around this time of year when I'm like, I kind of need a hobby. And both my wife and daughter are like, you don't need another hobby. Like, do things with the things you already enjoy. Like, just do that. Yeah, it's I felt a lot, but I mean, I've loved wrestling for a long time. Quick WWF story. Mm-hmm. My uncles were a part of the Northeast Ring Crew. For a number of years. They worked with WWF back in the day. My uncle's road roommate was Jimmy Mouth of the South Park. Was his roommate on the road.
That's cool.
So when they came into the Northeast and they traveled all over the Northeast, they would go from city to city and set up the ring in each place, and they paired them up, and So there you go. There's a little story.
I have had a couple of different wrestlers on that have come on Lakers Nation before. Scorpio Sky comes on. In fact, I was just talking to Sky the other day. Chris Masters has come on. But we still use the Master Lock of the Night from Chris when we're doing our post game shows. So I've known. Well, I'll tell you what. Dude, I was doing a youth basketball. I'm talking about like 5-year-olds, right? Really like young kids. Mm-hmm. I was doing way back in Southern California. Like 20 years ago for the YMCA. I was doing a youth basketball thing. And in walks Chavo Guerrero, bringing his kid in to this youth basketball thing. And I was like big into wrestling at the time. And so was my buddy who was running the class with me. We about lost our minds and had such a hard time running that class because we were like, that's Chavo. And we actually got him to come and like help out with the class a little bit and stuff. It was really cool.
Anyway, August show happening.
August show.
Last thing on TV. Do you know why regional sports networks perform so poorly? I think the reality is they were, as people, even if they didn't cut the cord, they started cutting like sports packages out and those kind of things. And the reality is people are just not consuming sports like that the way they used to anymore. I can't tell you how many people that I know that still call themselves like a diehard fan of whatever team, but they're like, I don't watch all 82 games anymore. And that comes and goes, right? As you get older, maybe you have kids, maybe you work changes. You may not have the time to check in the way you used to and make an appointment viewing for all 82 games. And I used to be one of those people like, well, then you're not don't say you're a diehard fan if you're not there for every game. And then as I also got older, my own life changed. It became, all right, I get it. Like sometimes you can't be in front of a TV. Like other things sometimes take precedent. And it is what it is with that. But I think that's a big part of why. And quite often, I don't think it was very good, like good product with this. So.
All right, let's go. Keith, sorry for calling you Kevin last time.
I think we decided whenever someone actually calls me Kevin, Kevin will be the Crypto Bros name.
That's right.
So Crypto Bro will get in there about the grind mindset.
Does Malika call you for advice? Only on the skits I was doing like a while back.
Can I ask you? I could ask you a question because somebody put this in the comments on one of our recent shows. And you'll know better than me if this is actually true. Did Rob Pelinka really say Austin Reeves is better than Larry Bird ever was?
No.
Okay. I had to assume that was not true. Because I would let's do a whole new skit where like we're confining him to a mental institution.
Yeah, no.
Because that's bonkers.
No. Like I think somebody was trolling.
Yeah, it might have been. It is somebody who's in there regularly, so it was a little like, is that real or not? But yeah. Leads are sorry. Well,
sorry, I was going to crypto bro.
Crypto bro, but the other one's a good one too. Oops. Oh man, so now we're both looking. Probably not. But I'll be what time is it on Saturday? That game is at, I hope I'm home. Yeah, 12:30. I should be home and able to watch. So yeah, we're into our own soccer season over here, so there's going to be a lot of mornings and then early afternoons spent out at soccer fields for us for the next several months. So, yeah, man, I love the Premier League. I loved having it back last weekend. I watched so much soccer last weekend. And it's just perfect because when I'm up in the morning and I'm just doing my morning stuff, it's great to just have a game to throw on and watch. So
see that's the problem. You wake up in the morning. That's my problem.
True. Yeah. No, I'm still up and at it early. Now I'm already like starting to prepare for like, all right, now that the schedule's out, like I'm mapping out like, all right, how do I want to plan out the various weeks and all that. So yeah.
Way to do it. All right. Well, everybody.
That's it, man.
Yeah, we appreciate you joining the show. Thanks for coming in. Obviously, what is it? August 22nd now. Getting closer to September means getting closer to training.
He has up ahead, hard on the brakes, and he's got cross traffic, another red light, and it's Arlington, I believe. He's going to set up for a northbound turn into LAPD jurisdiction. I believe this is an Olympic division. It's off the freeway. That means CHP will likely not. They are now in the LAPD division. Yeah. Boy, dangerous for sure. I hear LAPD talking, but they're not talking specifically about this car right now. So we'll see if the sheriffs will be able to get in touch with the proper units and the proper division and try to get behind it once again here. But westbound on Washington here at a high rate of speed, we're looking at again almost 90 miles an hour. Unbelievable. I do hear the sheriff's helicopter talking to the CHP. They're trying to decide if the CHP will get involved on service streets or not. I highly doubt it at this point, and it sounds like they're not because they're actually busy in this area with a wrong way driver on the freeway somewhere out here. But so for now, CHP is not going to get involved, and we'll see if LAPD is next in line. So he's back towards the freeway. Yes, he's heading back towards the 10. This is La Brea, so he'll have an option to get on the freeway. We've got a hard bank turn here, but we are southbound La Brea. If you can still hear me, we should be approaching the 10 here under the freeway. And out again. Okay, he's going to go freeway again, eastbound 10. Oh boy. Yes. No sign of LPD. I wouldn't rule them out, though. They were troopers for sure to stay in this pursuit all this distance. I don't know. I can't really see behind them. But CHP is talking about it. Once again, the sheriff's helicopter talking to them. And this might be the point where CHP says, okay, if we get behind this vehicle, we're going to follow it, whether it goes on surface streets or stays on the highway, because he's been doing this all night. The CHP has been trying to get there, and he gets off the freeway, surface streets for a while, and then back to the CHP. Very frustrating for the CHP units, for sure, to try to get ahead or get behind this guy and try to take over the pursuit. Traffic. There's the units. Yeah, there is. He just blew by two what looked like CHP units. I'm not 100% sure if they were CHP or LAPD, but they were on the freeway. We might see them come into this. It's unclear. Let me see if they engaged. Maybe not. Maybe they didn't see him. But they were right there. He blew right by him, and maybe they just missed it. But eastbound 10 freeway through the 110 now and approaching the East LA interchange is next. He's got some traffic here, and he's, look at that, weaving in and out of the traffic. They're asking for the current location of the vehicle right now. That's the CHP asking that. the dispatcher, and now they're going to try to get those units to get behind him. I believe it was CHP that he passed. It may just not have had eyes on the vehicle as he flew by him. Yes. Yeah, still there. They're hanging in there on this pursuit. They've been, they've been with it since Bell. Exiting. Oh boy, that's for sure. Zero room for error. He's off here. Look at this. He's got a big rig blocking him. He's going to go, no, I'm going to go around it. Look at that move. Okay, he's going to go northbound here. This is Alameda. And if you can make a right rig, they have the night sunlight on. So again, off the freeway. CHP not quite able to get behind him. Here's the 10 freeway. He's going to go under. It might be stopping under there. He's on the brakes. And still nothing coming out. Staying under the bridge. Oh, is that him? Nope, that's not him. No. I thought it was. He's still under there. There's the units. Okay. There he failed. There he is. There goes the car. He failed out, and it's going to hit the pole. So he did that. He did. We've been seeing that happen. We've been seeing that the drivers will get underneath a bridge like that, let the car go, and it'll just coast down the street until it stops. So now they're looking for him. He could be underneath the bridge. There's a lot of places to hide under there, and kind of a big guy, so probably didn't get too far. But there's the vehicle. It's abandoned. He let it go. Yes. That's possible. But look at this. I mean, the vehicle was left rolling. Fortunately, that pole stopped it. Look what's on the other side. A person there disabled in a wheelchair. I mean, if that pole hadn't stopped it, it could have hit that person. But yeah, the search is on for that driver right now on foot. And good point, Mike and Share, that this guy could have gotten in the vehicle, could be in one of these storage areas here underneath the freeway. And right now, CHP and we're hearing that Bell PD, those are Bell PD units right there. They did stay in the pursuit. They just weren't able to keep up with it due to the traffic. They were having to go around traffic and safely. So they're still in the chase here, looking for the guy to go. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead, go ahead. Uh, 15 to 20 minutes left on station. Over to LAX. Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. Copy that. You have the location, cross street surgery.
Bro, did he get off? What the fuck? I'm finna get off, chat. Good night. For real.